Doggo's going to be very confused as you start talking.
Nah, he's used to it.
Anno usually just talks to himself, so it's all good. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, here we are. So your characters, we were just joking around before, and you may have heard us, Jake, saying that your character would have to take a piss, but they had
headphones off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, like, because they were chatting, and then that's when Tesh told us like you needed a couple minutes. So I was like, oh, his character's not here for this conversation because he went to to hit the head, and Anna was like, well, don't the suits have like evaporator, like a reclamation? And I was like, well, he just wanted to be the first Torian ever to take a piss on the Quarian homeworld.
Ah, it's canon. All right.
Fantastic.
Wait, did you actually go and take a piss in their homeworld? That's pretty funny.
Someone write an email to BioWare and make it canon.
Brutus took a piss before the Reapers took a
Someone
shit all
has
over
to.
it.
Oh, yeah.
The Quarians are gonna be it too, Brutus.
And scene. It's all done. That was that. With this whole campaign was that one joke.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Nice knowing you. Awesome. All right, so you guys make the rest of your way over to the actual facility itself. Now, because you're trying to be abundantly cautious, did you care to move at half speed, make stealth checks, so on and so forth? Or are we like, no, we're not quite that paranoid. We're still outside.
I think we have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Why?
Because of your armor?
But yeah, full medium armor with like all the pieces medium, I think gives disadvantage.
Oh, that's very possible.
Yep. Yep, disadvantage from armor.
Okay, there you go.
So maybe we don't we move cautiously, but maybe we don't make stealth checks.
I mean,
we could try.
Isn't doing it slowly bring it to like give you an advantage or something? I don't know
moving stealthily is moving half speed.
Yes.
So if you move half speed, you are moving stealthily.
And if you move slower?
I don't know if there's a rule for it, unfortunately.
You guys start doing like 1 foot, just like one tiny footstep at a time, exactly heel to toe.
It's like when Scott is like played again until like 3 a.m. and he goes into his bedroom and like has to roll a stealth check.
She's a light sleeper. She wakes up every time. Every time. The benefit is she doesn't look at her cell phone and she doesn't know what time it is. So, right? Like,
so she has a very high passive perception.
oh yeah, no, she definitely notices every time I like. So similarly, if I get up to go to the bathroom, Marshall follows me and Brittany goes, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Take a pee." Like, anyways, so where are we? So you guys make your way up there. You don't want to roll stealth checks, so you just make your way to the entrance. Okay, I thought Jake was going to say something, but he was just breathing.
Do we want to roll?
No, I was gonna say I would suggest, like, as shitty as it is, like, it makes sense for us to roll.
Rolling it is better than not doing it. So, unless we roll natty ones.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys voted the crits, right?
Yeah, I mean, we only have a 10% chance.
So is it disadvantage?
Yes, this is a disadvantage. If you have
because of your armor,
then yes, it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Jake's like, but I took a rest. Cool.
Okay. Oh no.
So to be clear, without rolling, would it be just what would it mean? Would it be like?
So, any stealth is better than no stealth. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a straight 0.
I
Um,
think, yeah, I think literally the only way to do worse, not stealthing than stealthing is to roll a 1.
yeah, because you like
Okay.
trip up or whatever.
Yeah.
And did you want to use the first ever luck die in the campaign on your 5 auto just to make it slightly better than that abysmal number?
I forgot we have access to them now. We don't know if we have any, but we can try.
There it is. I have to put it in the bar to begin with.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I got to do that too.
Hey, good. It mostly worked.
I have to use the roll from my fellow Europeans.
Oh, this is called primed and oh, I'll put all these in the bar.
Yeah, the prime you don't necessarily have to worry about. I can put the prime on different people, but feel free to do so. All right, cool. So because I think primed allows you to click it and then choose the target that you primed. But either way, so with a 9, which is a pretty solid roll considering what you started with, it's only 1
8.
behind Jake, 3 behind. 8. Me math hard. So you you guys make your way as quietly as you can towards the area to the front. Simple fact of the matter is, however, though, that you're wearing heavy bits of metal. That you're leaving footprints, you're making sound, so on and so forth. But you're hopefully being significantly more discreet than you otherwise would have been. But you make your way all the way to the entrance to the little tunnel path that I had mentioned beforehand. You walk all the way up to it, and as soon as you walk up to the thing, the sensor clearly picks up that somebody has approached, and you can see the display. Come on. You're pretty sure, Anno, this would be an easy check for you to be able to get into.
I will then. Electronics, right?
Just looking at something. Yeah, it should be electronics just to get in there.
So, quick question, because it might be, it's a bit strange to me. So I have hacking tools and I have electronics.
Yep. Hacking tools is for hacking. Electronics is for just handling systems.
So if you have proficiency with the hacking tools, it's like it takes the stat plus proficiency. So you can have proficiency with the tool and not electronics itself, and get the same as if you had proficiency with electronics, if that makes sense.
But, well, I think he's more
Tools-
asking what are the scenarios for one
No,
versus
because
the other.
I have a 7 in electronics, but 5 with hacking tools. That's why.
Oh, I think you're an expertise in your electronics, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's probably why, yeah. So
Yeah.
electronics would be better for you to use unless it's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that
yeah,
specifically
that's why.
requires hacking
I'm
tools.
I'm starting to get the feeling that I probably should have put that expertise in something else, but
Well,
yeah.
you're rolling for electronics here, and electronics
Yeah.
is handling software versus a hacking tool is literally hacking.
Literally for
So-
yeah. It's
Okay.
it's like lockpick tools. You need lockpick tools to pick a lock, sort of thing,
Mhm.
rather than just being sleight of hand, which a lot of the times it can be sleight of hand, but not always.
Luckily
Same
enough,
here.
luckily enough, I have +7.
Yes.
And +7's enough. This isn't a difficult thing to do. You go up to the thing you had already studied, got a natty 20 earlier on your understanding of this facility. You've done multiple checks kind of studying it. So you already had kind of like preset what you understanding what you needed to do. So opens this thing up. It's not like it's a super secret facility beyond like basic security measures that you would expect from hundreds of year old tech. So, again, that opened up. All right, so as soon as it opens up, you can see on the inside there that there is like as I mentioned beforehand, it's the tunnel. You gonna say something, Tish? No.
I'll say as we go in, I hit the grenade,
Oh,
get
yep.
onto the wall.
The mine right there, exactly. And you guys are able to go into the tunnel. So as soon as you go into the tunnel, you can immediately feel it feels like you're walking into the airlock of a ship. So as soon as you go in, the door behind you is going to close, and then there's going to be a secondary door that's in front of you that has like that typical like mylar glass or whatever it is. They're able to see through to see the rest of the tunnel afterwards. So because again, it works like an airlock. So as soon as you walk in, the door behind you closes. You're standing there, and after like a deet deet deet, and then all of a sudden like a bunch of like lasers come down and do the purification. Your suits and everything protects you from the like the extreme radiation of like the UV laser beams or whatever that sanitize everything on your suits to make sure that you're good to go. And then after this, like, 30-second process, the lights turn off and then the door in front of you opens up, allowing you to walk the rest of the way through this kind of like airlock chamber. At the end of it, there's going to be a secondary airlock area where, again, you'll kind of like walk up, a door will open up and close behind you. And then finally, it'll be a final door in front of you. As you're walking this distance, not like it's anything crazy, it's like 20 meters. Is there any conversation your characters have, or we could just keep going?
I mean, Balevis would just comment, well, we didn't get evaporated yet.
Novik would try to stifle a chuckle there as he's trying to focus.
Yeah, I just shake my head.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I think we should be good there. Go away. Okay, cool. So let's do this.
Ooh.
Your bottom center. As your characters walk through that into that second airlock door, it closes behind you. And this time, instead of being hit with the lasers like you did beforehand, this hits you with a separate sanitation process where it's going to hit you with kind of like a spray on, like to make sure that everything is again clean on your persons. And once it's all done, the door in front of you is good to open. So I had set up an overlay last night, as you can see, for this, which I think is the reason why, even though Jake was like, I really don't want to go in there, which is why Jake was like, I'll go in there because I know Scott made an overlay. So either way, you guys are inside the, you guys are able to get inside the area. And then similar to you, Ano, this time, because you've already succeeded beforehand, you don't have to succeed again on this. You just kind of like a deet, 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 and then the door opens up for you. So immediately when it opens up, I imagine your characters, I arranged you in the way that I imagine you would have been arranged. You have Brutus with his, I imagine, assault rifle out. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have Sias with his shotgun out. Both of you guys waiting there as soon as the door opens up. You're doing the whole like roll out from the side, leaning there. Valivius is there. He opens up the door, with his device, and then he looks up and goes, huh? Doesn't even have a weapon at the ready. What weapon do you have out, Otto?
Only have one, so I have the M8 Avenger, which I think is an assault rifle.
What sort of range
it is.
My weapons? Let me have a look. See.
There's a big range difference between your shotgun and your pistols.
I'm checking real quick.
I still think it's 10
4 to 8.
What is it? 8?
Oh, no, that's 4 to 8 for shotguns and 24 to 74 for my AR.
Is there a spread on the shotguns?
Well, that's not very far if you think about it. And no, I don't think so. Nothing that I can see.
So 4 is that, right? And you can imagine that's because. See, I just wonder if there was like a spread that happens because, granted, 8 meters is not that far for a spread.
I might have my phased out to begin with then, because I could drop the phased and pull out the shotgun if I need to.
Yep.
You would look so much cooler with the shotgun.
Yeah, but dude, that's how far it shoots.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's a pretty good distance though, because like most of us is gonna be you're inside. Most of it's gonna be tunnels. That's actually so. If you think about it, like let's pretend for a second that there was a combat, and let's see. Let's pretend for a second that there was a combat, and you have like there's a bad guy here. Your character's not gonna run up to your bad guy, right? You're gonna like move up to here for cover.
Yeah, I realized that we can move 12, so we can move fairly far. So I'll keep my shotgun out then.
Listen, if you don't use a shotgun in a building, then I don't know when you want to do it.
Yeah, right.
Look at that range there.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Um,
do like if you ever played XCOM, you just basically have to run up to the enemy and then point the gun in their face.
bro,
For the
I love it.
98% chance, and then just
Yeah.
I mean, with a shotgun, it's always 100 though at close range, and that's what they
Yeah,
are so good.
It's also the
Yes.
crits. The crits are insane with the shotgun too. Oh, it's so sexy. So I'm actually curious though, because obviously the range is very short. What is the big benefit of it being a shotgun?
Big damage.
Hip fire, you can fire it within point blank without any disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, and recoil. This is the main reason for a lot of people using it. Recoil means you could use strength opposed to dex if you want to.
Ah, all right. And do you have the katana or the scimitar?
I have katana.
Okay, because I know they both have their own features. So that has the hip fire, which is what you had mentioned. That has the recoil, which you had mentioned, and that is the two-handed, and its range is 4-8. But with the scimitar, it also has double tap. So less damage, but it's double tap. Yeah, gotcha. Cool. I was just curious because one clearly does better damage with the 2d6. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So your characters, the door opens up. Your characters can see the facility inside there. Immediately in the center, you can see that there is kind of like a lit up area. A lit up area immediately in front of you. So to Tesh and to Jake's characters, it just looks like a beautiful light show that has no great significance to you whatsoever. However, to Otto's character, you perfectly understand what this is. This is a computer with a readout. Like this is actually giving you information right here. It's not just like a beautiful light show with like a many LEDs or like, you know, colored plastic pieces around a disco ball that's spinning and trying to, you know, make you guys want to dance Mass Effect style. You're like a dad from the 90s. This is actually the information that you were kind of like hoping to get from like a surveying area. So when you're talking about like the quality of the air, the quality of this, that, the other thing, all that stuff, this is the readouts that you could get. So just by even walking up to this one device right here and tapping into it, you can just download the past, say, 200 years worth of information. And that's something that if you get it started, you can have that working as you continue to look your way throughout the rest of the facility.
I'm assuming these are doors.
Yep. Yep, I'll describe that in a second. Oh, and the terminal for that, Anna, is right here. So yes, to get to your situation, to answer your question, Tesh, this over here is in fact a door. That would, because this acts as a secondary like power plant, so on and so forth. Most likely, looking at the design that you have here, it's likely a twin reactor area. So this door will likely lead further back to where a reactor is, and the same thing over here would lead further back to where one of the reactors are. To not where the reactors are, to like where the machines are that handle those sorts of things. That tertiary door, and again, this is Anno's character would know this, heading back this way has so many security features in it because this area back here is going to be like the control area. No, hold on. I'm saying this wrong. The reactors are over here. And the sides, and this area right here is the control area for like how the power is fed to, what it's kind of done, like how much is generated, so on and so forth. So like your shutoffs and your basic controls are going to be in the sides, but up here is going to be like if Anna wanted to do any tomfoolery, this is going to be where he wants to go.
But if I buy the blue key card for $8, can I pretend to be a Geth?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. So there was a short period of time where that was possible, but then the Geth, they realized there was a bug in the system, and yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was the Elanus Erraticus is what they called the purge. So, yeah, sorry.
Unfortunate.
No, it's unfortunate that none of us were smart enough to jump on that meme train. That could have been, I mean, that could have been fun. Well, first of all, you could have played with the stock market and made some moolah.
Yeah, I was going to say, some of those companies lost a lot of fucking money.
I mean, like, but also if you were not just memeing, but we're also like in a position where you can invest, you could have absolutely
Oh
made some
my
money as it went back
God,
up.
yeah.
So super illegal. Absolutely would deserve the sentencing that you got if you got caught. But also the amount of memes that could have been done. Oh, could have like ragged on Kanye and stuff. Come on.
There were so many amazing ones. My favorite was the fake Tesla one, responding to everyone, talking about features of like don't worry, not all the cars explode, only some of them explode.
That's funny. Oh
There was also the Nintendo of America with Mario going.
yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, which by the way, I did see the commercial for the new cartoon or whatever you want to call it, the new movie. Absolutely horrible voice actor choice. So,
I know. The worst part was I thought this movie was going to be a wash from the start, but what made it really, the voice really, really bad was the rest of it was good. And then his voice was just so bad.
yeah, it was a poor choice, but you know, what do I know? I don't make Hollywood movies. All right. So anyways, back to where we were. Yeah. So your characters are there, standing there. You literally have a terminal directly across the way, and all the word vomit that I just gave you, is kind of everything that you would need to know. That your character already knows, I should say. Also, immediately right inside here, you don't see any Geth.
Okay.
Already a plus sign.
Yeah.
I would.
I mean,
go ahead.
I was
No,
saying,
you first.
Geth are not like, you don't have to see a Geth to be there. So, but yeah. So the only thing Valerius would say is like, "Oh, it was that easy." Like seeing the computer.
Shall we check the doors or hold out here for a bit? How long will it take you to do what you got to do?
I can initialize the process and then we can continue to search in the meantime.
Can this computer give you a map of the facility?
Perhaps, probably.
But you're pretty sure you already have a pretty detailed one. It would just
I don't
prove
you
your
never,
theory.
You never told me if I had a map, or like maybe like in my head I can figure it out from the shape of
that's what it was explaining before about where things are.
Yeah. So I have a rough idea, but like not the blueprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in case you weren't there, Jake, so were you able to listen to Scott's explanation or?
No. So just give me a quick rundown.
Oh, okay. So basically, up in front of us is the middle door. Is the ones that would leading into the more secure part of the facility. Correct, Scott?
Mm-hmm.
And what were the other two doors? Sorry.
Reactors. So either one goes to a reactor.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's
and what would we have interest in?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So if we go to the middle door at the back, we can find out where they're funneling power to and why they're funneling power, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Well, in this room, I can get like download all data from like 200 years.
This room would be fantastic.
Surveying information. Yeah, this is the science room, whereas the other one is the that pertains to the power grid. It's like almost like a separation for the two. Yeah.
All right.
So I guess we'll ease our way in.
Yeah.
I'll go right, you go left. Do the hand gestures. Do Turians do the hand gestures?
Fun thing I actually want to point out that is also a thing for Star Wars.
Tess, you're going to have to roll something so you can stop moving for a sec. Go ahead, sir.
Yep. What I want to say is like, people like, we wouldn't need hand gestures because we have head comlinks. And that's the same thing like...
That's a good point, yeah.
And that's the same thing that is like with Mandalorians in Star Wars, because they are always shown as these broody, silent people. But in truth, when they are together, they just speak over comms, and that's why people think they're always silent.
But you could potentially
fantastic.
hear them through comms, right? Because
Yeah,
like
the Mandalorian
sound
they can
reverbs.
they can insulate their helmet. That's what they can speak among themselves without you listening in.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
They
So
get
they've got,
insulated like
settings.
perfectly from sound.
Yet that you
You
can't hear
can
them from the
cancel out
outside.
sound, Scott. It's possible
Huh?
it's possible to cancel out sound. If it's recording and actively canceling out what you're saying, it can do that.
Oh yeah, because you could just layer the two opposite waves or whatever over each other. Sure.
Yeah.
But or at least it's a frequencies work. So I imagine the same for sound. Yeah. But I either way, so cool, interesting.
Yeah, just some lore bits that a lot of people like don't think about.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make sense for the typical soldier because their comms are, like
The thing is, a lot of armors in Star Wars you can vacuum seal, which means,
But most people aren't wearing vacuum sealed armor because it's more expensive, hard to get your hands on, so on and so forth. You're using open air regular suits. So, all right, cool. Let's keep moving. I was gonna have you roll. Yeah, you're going to roll as you're walking. Oh, my apologies. As you guys are walking, I imagine you're rolling perception checks.
Yeah.
This is you and Jake.
Yes.
I don't know, your character's kind of hung back. I imagine maybe approaching this big beautiful thing right here.
Yeah, I will do that. So, do you want me to roll electronics for that?
That's going to be when you get to the terminal on the
Okay.
let's say northwest.
Yeah,
So-
just because I need to go to the toilet for a minute.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
so.
sure. You can go ahead
Sure.
real quick.
Okay, and then you can. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
So, while you're walking along, Jake, you don't notice anything stand out to you, but you do see the terminal. As you're making your way around the corner, you'll see the terminal, and this is where you'll kind of, Valivius, and gesture towards the terminal for him to make his way over there, and you probably move up to secure or what have you. But this is also where Silas, you notice that Sias, you notice the there's a strange kind of like area on the wall adjacent to you. You can see it's southeast of where you're standing. You notice it, and taking kind of like a step back or whatever it is as you approach and taking a further look, you can see that this does seem like it is some degree of larger vent shaft. And I don't mean like a simple vent shaft like, oh, okay, like just, not just for airflow. This seems significantly larger. It gives you the impression that it might even be a service tunnel. So that would, kind of like if you had a map, you can confirm that, or if you just wanted to try to like get the thing open somehow, you can check it out that way as well. But this is kind of like what you pick up.
Definitely secured the room before I'll do that. We can see that there's nothing, but I still want to make sure we cover the whole thing.
Yeah, of course,
In case
definitely.
there's like a little device somewhere.
Sure. So why don't we have your characters continue to make your move up, and I'll move Valivius up several meters behind Brutus, as Brutus goes to secure the.
Can I hear anything through the door?
If you go and press your ear against the door and listen closely, you do not hear anything through the door.
Okay.
I imagine you tell him to get all the way to the terminal, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So that brings him all the way to the terminal, and you guys can kind of post up and keep an eye out on what's going on. And from here, he's going to be able to interact with the thing. And for the most part, all he's trying to do is access the information. So as opposed to really altering anything that's already inside there, more just record a lot of the data that's already there. So you can imagine effectively like a USB drive that you kind of like throw in, not quite, but you know what I mean, to just rip a bunch of the data, and then he could just throw it back into his suit for storage for later on. Similar to like Master Chief does that shit in Halo and whatnot. So I will wait for Anno to return. You see what happened earlier is while you were taking care of your little one, Anno just went and drank 3 cups of tea instead of peeing at that time. He's like, use my time wisely. Ha ha. I am Italian. I was like, indeed, sir. Indeed you are. So,
Makes sense.
yeah.
So
But-
my tack thing is a 6 meter square, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, 6 meters on each side. That kind of works weirdly in hexes. Is it? I think it just is that hex grid here. I think is what
Mhm.
that is essentially, because there's not. It's not like you can't make a square.
Correct.
So cool.
Correct.
Just
That's how it works.
double checking. Yeah,
Yep.
I haven't placed one yet, so you don't need to worry about that yet. But good to
And
know that that's
the
how
reason
it
why
works.
I even have this readily on hand to grab and to use is because there are some times where like you randomly move one direction or the other because of various abilities in the game. So I made this forever ago just to make sure, like, okay, if you rolled on a d6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, so 1 is of course red, a 6 is of course green, and roll 20, you know where you're moving
where
to.
you're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's how it works. Cool. Anyways, so your characters move into the position. Anno, for you, this is going to be to start ripping the data off of here. It's an electronics check.
A quick question before you start explaining that. To turn on our shields, is it an action, or can we do it like manually at the start, on our turn on the start of combat?
It's a really good question. I think it's a 4-round action to initially get the shield. Oh, sorry, an action, not a 4-round action. An action to initially start the shields to get them online. The good news is, because you're inside this facility, your shields might be fine to have on, unless you come into a room that has a Geth inside of it, right?
Yeah, I think
Like-
I think we'll probably wait. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to have my shield on right now.
Yeah, because more or less, if you activate it as an action, the next turn, at the start of your next turn, it would generate its 5, right? So, all right, cool. If it was 20 and only generated 5 at a time, it'd take 4 turns for it to generate. But anyways, so either way, your Valivius goes up to the machine, immediately starts like working with a terminal that's there, very easily understanding the Aquarian script, and you already have a translator or whatever set up for yourself. You've already done a great job. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Appreciated. Was Brody freaking out as you brought it? Yeah. 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 Oh, did you go back and get her? Oh, yeah, because they're busy. Yeah. Yeah. So you didn't give her a puppuccino and then you dropped her off at the vet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get lots of Brody cuddles later because she doesn't like you right now. Yeah.
I saw a video of a
She what?
raccoon eating
she put
one of
on
those
1 pound?
puppuccinos recently, and it was
It's the
adorable.
tumor.
He had it like a person, just holding it
Yeah.
like that. It was adorable.
Sorry, Brittany just got mad at me because my dog has been the same weight for 11 years and she just put on 1 pound. So I made a joke because she has like what do you call those skin tumors? Oh, fuck, I can't remember the name of it. Either way, she has one that's grown that's kind of big. And I'm like, that's why. She just got mad at me.
Oh,
I forget what they're called. What are they called? You know, the fatty, benign tumors that dogs get when they're old.
I have no idea.
Golden retrievers usually get them under the armpit so they can't even walk anymore. I can't think of the name. Lipobid? Lilipod? I don't know. It'll come to me. Either way, so moving on. With your She's shooting me!
You didn't wait till
I'm
she was
ready.
out of range.
I'm ready! No, I'm coming for you!
Oh, so we thought we were going to get combat. Turns out he's getting combat.
Very true.
I'm ready.
It took me a moment to remember that I had a gun. Sweet, she shot enough over here I could refill. I only shot 3 at her. All right.
Tej, did you watch the Warmonger session?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so because you have to know that Scott for the entire session has been sitting there like a paranoid schizo with the rifle in his hand, waiting for
Is that lever action? No.
Cocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cock, okay.
It's already cocked, so you can't.
yeah.
I've
So he
been
has
wanting to
been
find a lever action one for so long. Sorry, go on.
so he has been waiting there for the entire session with the gun in his hand, and now it has happened.
When he wasn't ready. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a Nerf gun with lever action for ages.
You can say wasn't ready, but I had a gun at my side. She screamed
I'm
as
gonna
I chased
quote
her,
you.
so I think I got her.
I'm going to quote you. It took me a second to remember I had a gun.
Well, I mean, I'm not one of those Americans, you know?
Yet.
All right. So, either way, with your electronics roll of a 21, which is incredible, no chance of tripping this, that, or the other thing. You are able to get into the system cleanly. You're able to translate it no problem yourself. You translated we had already previously set up. I swear I heard something.
It begins.
Like I
Right,
said,
this is going to be us going through this facility.
yeah. No, like I said in the
Here's my
stream
chair.
on Monday. He's like that one soldier in the trench that is like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And like the others like, chill the fuck out, man.
Yeah, it has the power of a Nerf with the sting of an off-brand Nerf dart.
Now this is I have the official Nerf. It's an official Halo one as well.
Yeah. So official Dungeons and Dragons Nerf.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it has the ampersand. Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right there. If you can
I
see it.
didn't know they had Dungeons and Dragons Nerf guns. That's cool.
It's all owned by the same company.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I just meant I didn't know that they did. I was wondering why it looks sort of like dragonish.
Yeah. It's technically it's Rory's, but my dad got it for Rory. Our dad and stepmom got it for Rory, but they got the Dungeons and Dragons one because they, for daddy. But either way, moving on.
Technically for Rory.
I mean, she actually has a hard time cocking it. She likes the smaller guns, so it works out great for me. So, but either way, so let's continue. So, oh, nice. See, that's a sexy one. Look at that. Pump
Yeah.
action too?
No. I don't know if you can hear
What?
that.
Is there electronic?
Yeah, and also the clip is the actual clip on the gun.
So you can buy multiple clips and have them ready?
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's really cool. It's my favorite Nerf gun I've ever had. It's so good.
I'm going to look into that. We're going to talk after the stream. All right. Look, because they team up on me. So, all right. Anyway.
I had a Nerf gun, but like collecting all the shit through the house when you're done playing, it's just the
Yeah.
So
That's the worst
I have a
part of it,
rule.
definitely.
You have to know how many you started the game with.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yep. You have to know how many you started the game with. That way you know. So they use like wrist bandoliers, which hold 10. And they use 2 guns that have 3. 1 gun that has 6. And 1 gun that has 18. And this gun has 16. 8 in here and 8 back here. So math it up, and that's what you have to try to find at the end of the game. But either way.
Well, I had
I'm looking first.
I don't remember which one I had. Like it was like 10 years ago, but I had basically one with a drum magazine. So that had like
That's
50.
cool.
That had like 50. Like I don't remember, but it was
My
basically.
neighbor has that. Yeah.
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 And it's a drum magazine. It's like Jesus to reload and collect all those things. It was just pain.
Brittany, if you're still watching, because she's Iron Monkey, right? So if you're still watching, he has one that is clip reloading, and it's electronic. So it's clip reloading. It's electronic, so you don't even have to cock it or anything. You just shoot. Yeah, poor Rory got hit in the neck the other day, and she was upset. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing. That's
It's in your cart. It's in your cart.
Oh.
You have a Halo Nerf gun in your cart? What's that load for?
So this is so you can, if it jams, you can pull it open and fix it on the spot really easily.
Oh, okay, like a real gun. Yeah. There's a weapon race going on.
Yeah, no, that's genuinely my favorite Nerf gun I've ever had. It was relatively cheap as well for like considering it's like powered and everything, and it's like a proper official. They used the model from the Halo gun to actually make it, the assault rifle. So it was like $70, which that's Australian $70. So I can imagine that's pretty cheap for American.
So I will say one thing, but it's fun to see like Nerf gun going through the like actual weapon development that happened in the real world. Which is like, it started as a breech loaded, basically, like with one shot.
Yeah, it is really interesting to see stuff like that happen. That one, I will say, it's not automatic, but it's semi-automatic, which is really nice.
Yeah, so it's fun to see. How...
Can you modify it with a bump stock?
I imagine.
I was kidding.
I imagine there's modifications for it. There's a lot of. I know you're joking, but like there is like a huge Nerf modification scene.
When I was into it,
I've seen that.
When I was into it, the big thing was the Vulcan. I think. Like the machine gun.
That's
what Brittany wants.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
She wants her and Rory to be able to post up in a room and just spray me.
I want that's gonna be like my best one that I have if I ever want to use an actual Nerf fight. Now I just want a lever action one just for the cool factor of having a lever action one.
Lever action, man.
There's been a couple. The annoying thing is they've discontinued all of them.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, they made like they were only like special one. Like they had a zombie themed one, a zombie hunter themed one, and then like a monster hunter themed one. Not Monster Hunter game, just Monster Hunter. But they keep discontinuing the lever action ones, and it's infuriating.
Maybe it's to keep the hype up for when they do release them. You know what I mean?
Maybe,
like how
yeah.
Disney uses the Vault. So, Either way. All right. If you guys are good.
Yeah, if you're
actually,
good,
hold on.
You're like...
I'm scarfing as we talk. I'll do like I always do. But actually, I haven't heard from Jake yet. Jake, have you had epic Nerf fights?
Nope.
Ever?
It's a shame.
Nope.
Wait, do you have siblings?
Yeah.
And you guys never shot
I
each
never had
other?
them with my siblings, unfortunately.
Nope.
That is
you don't
gonna
shoot
be
your
one
kids?
of the. That is gonna be one of the most American sentences I heard. You never shot your brother.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, I never got into them.
Something tells me you would really enjoy it.
Probably.
Like if Jake would still have long hair, like with like a red bandana and like camo, and like.
Nice.
All right. Last thing I'll say, get back into the game. Brittany, Jake cut his hair off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Legolas no more.
5 years of growing, all for nothing. Wasted it. It's depressing. It's a shame. Crying shame.
Yeah.
The angels weep.
Crying shame.
Travesty.
And now on
Right.
on Friday, the stream is gonna happen, and you're gonna see Tyler with Jake's hair.
Whoa. That'd be weird. If they did like a hair exchange. Jake Fro.
Tyler's hair is uncontrollable though. Like his hair just is insanity incarnate.
It is nuts. All right. So you succeeded so well, sir, because I usually use tiered successes. You succeeded so well that you do not trip any alarms or anything like that whatsoever. For doing the download, starting the download to get the information that you need. It won't take long either. We're talking like several minutes for the download to take effect. For like I think effectively like a USB drive that you had plugged into the thing that you were able to pull out and carry out with your suit later on. So you're able to get that process started. Now, while you're standing there working at the terminal, the next thing you wanted to potentially look up was getting a map of the facility or any other details that you can get from inside here. Similarly, this is just going to be another electronics check or investigation check. Either of those would work for me.
Electronics or investigation?
Mhm.
I mean, electronics is the better role, so.
All right. So, Tesh, you had discovered something while Anna was peeing, but did not inform him of what you had seen for him to look that up specifically. I don't know if you cared to RP that out or because you also didn't tell
yeah, so
Brutus.
I'll just-
And so, to confirm, the answer from Anno as he looks it up is yes, it is. But go ahead.
So I probably would, as I went past, I would have said there's some sort of vent here, big enough to be an access point of some kind, service tunnel or otherwise. Might want to check it out on the schematics. And then,
Do you have any drones left?
I have 3 left.
well, it's enough for us to fit through as well as the other thing. So it's like big. Is it enough for us to fit through? Should have asked that first, but I assumed when you said it's like an access tunnel that it probably would have been.
Crawl space, but yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so a drone would be much faster.
Yes.
And it also is faster than us. So 16
Do
fly
you get
speed.
like obviously visual from the drone, like you can see what it sees?
I believe so.
Yeah, well,
I don't like that's a question for Scout, but I don't know. Like it has infrared vision, but yeah, but it doesn't say anything about. I mean, I assume it's like I could see it's image stream.
I'm setting
we
up
can
right now.
either
So
go
you
there
can see that.
ourselves, or we can send the drone in, and then if it's all clear, it goes to where we kind of need to go. We can take it out ourselves.
I'll work at getting it off.
Heyo.
It's better move over that way. Okay.
Trying to make sure I can. This is working. Ah, that's why. Okay.
Do you want engineering or athletics for this?
1 second. All right, cool.
Oh,
The
that's
drone
cool.
does work. The drone does work. It will give sight. So just to be clear.
That is cool.
Yeah. Now we can delete it off, and it'll be good if we drag that one down. All right, moving on. So were you? What was your question, sir?
I'm gonna start taking off the vent. Is it electronics or athletics?
Yeah. If you're just trying to remove it, that would be electronics. If you're trying to rip it off, that would be like where it's a strength check or whatever it is. So yep, just an electronics check.
10.
Okay.
Shouldn't be fine
you
for
can get
opening a vent.
Yeah, you can get it, but it's going to take some time.
That's
So it's
fine,
going
yeah.
to take you a couple minutes.
That would make sense because I'd be doing it carefully and slowly because I don't want it to fall and make a clang, 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 clang.
And that's fine because this gives an opportunity for the other two to maybe have a bit of a conversation. So I'm just layering things correctly really quickly. So here we are. So when this is all said and done, you're able to, let's say one of those things like, can you pull up a map? And he succeeds. He does pull up a map to give you a quick look of what the facility looks like. So with that being understood, so you can kind of like get a quick glance at what the facility looks like, we're going to go ahead and turn this off and give you a quick glance of the facility. So you can see that the reactors that happen to be up there, they are going to be through the doors, head northward through the doors. You would have your area right here on either side is going to be where you have like the controls for the actual reactors themselves. You can see the actual reactors themselves right up at the top and how large they are. And this is going to be the area where you're noticing all the security features that are set up to safeguard this area at the top that we had discussed beforehand, which is like that control system that decides like where the power goes to, how it flows through. This is going to be like that critical information that you might be interested in getting your hands on. Access that information from outside here is not really going to be possible because you have to imagine this surveying is for like a science team that does like surveillance of, the land. This right here is for the people that handle power generation. This right here is going to be for who actually runs, shall we say, society or military or whatever it might be, right? So when you're talking about a Quarian design, not a Geth design, obviously. So that's what the facility looks like, including there is, in fact, an access for you, Silas, or Sias, whatever your name is, to come down through and potentially make your backdoor way up and into the reactor from over here. It's meant to be a secondary way into that reactor. Why it's on that side and not the other side? It's a question, I guess. But that is the how that one is set up, just that you're aware. So with that map seen and understood, I'm going to go ahead and turn dynamic lighting back on. And hopefully it actually turns back on. Or did it automatically delete all the lines that I had set up? No, it didn't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I just had to click something. Cool. All right, cool. Good? Good. All right, so you made your engineering check. It takes time for you to do that. Going over to Jake and to, what's your name? To Jake and to Ano. You're able to get that information. I don't know if this makes Jake want to say or do anything differently or XYZ.
I think maybe taking the service tunnel is probably our best bet. Bypassing all the stuff in between. That'll get us to the reactor, right?
The eastern reactor, yep.
So can we get things from that room, Valavius? Is there any information we need?
Question for Scott.
From what room? I'm sorry.
From if we sneak through the ventilation, what type of information could we get from the eastern reactor?
Good question. So this right here, this security thing, it's like more or less as he's asking that question, you're finishing doing like your scans or whatever. All the defenses and everything. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. You can't see what I'm doing. All the defenses and everything that come up here, that you want to be able to turn off. Those can only be turned off and accessed if you have a person at either reactor handling a terminal there to unlock it. This is a security feature to make sure that you can't just go waltzing down the hallway and fucking with stuff, right? Yeah, you would effectively have to have a person at each reactor to allow for this door to be opened and the safety features to be turned off.
At each reactor?
Yep. You'd have to have a person over on the northwest side and on the northeast side.
Okay. So Valivius would actually like sigh and say, well, it's a complicated puzzle, I would say. Needs a person on both sides in each reactor room to safely bypass the safety features. Of course, I could try to force myself through it, but would be much more difficult, I assume.
Huh.
And we
What's
have a
that?
service tunnel that bypasses most of the thing for the eastern, but the western we do not.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I could either spend. Well, the Geth are not here yet, and I assume we haven't been detected. So I could spend as much time as we need to bypass each door, each facility, do it in a safe manner. But it would cost, of course, a lot of time. Usually things like that require a whole team of engineers. But yes, it would be easy to access the eastern one. The western one would be more problematic. And then, of course, it's not guaranteed that we can get to the mainframe.
Well,
Well, do you think we should have a look up the service tunnel and check out the reactor, which we do have access to, easier access?
My drone
And then
can surely take care of it in a matter of less than a minute.
and this is for if we want to disable the facility, right?
No,
to disable the doors to get through to the mainframe, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my bad. Okay.
I think it's going to be worth it to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Would that be me on one of the reactors, you on the other?
And I would have to go.
Silas. Yeah. And
Sias, yeah.
Valavius, you to go straight down once they are the security systems are down to the mainframe itself and see if you can access the data.
Yeah, the issue is I probably would have to go with either of you two, or go with both of you, as I would have to access the reactor console first.
I think probably the best idea would be to stick together, clear the facility first, then like go one side, then the other side to make sure it's all clear. Then we can worry about opening those doors.
I agree, but which way first?
The eastern side seems more easy.
Take
Well,
a
let's start
peek
there.
with the drone, then head through manually. You think?
How many drones do you have left, Ono? Because
That's a good point. You may not want to waste them.
3? Okay.
It costs
I mean-
one tech point each, and I have 5.
There's a couple rooms that we may have to go through if we want to go to the eastern side normally, or we could bypass and go straight to the reactor. The problem there is it's not a quick getaway. If something does go down, going back through the service tunnel is not. I imagine, Scott, that's like difficult terrain, essentially for us, not the drone.
And isn't it half speed anyway to crawl?
That's what I'm expecting. Yeah.
For if you're talking about going down the service tunnel, the drone's small. What is it? It's a smaller,
Yeah, I
tiny
was talking
size
about
thing,
us.
and it flies. Yeah. So for you guys, yeah, it's gonna be difficult. For
Yeah,
that thing,
so
it's
I
gonna be
think-
able to move. It's gonna be able to move normally. It's supposed to be able to move normally.
Yeah, I think if we use the drone, it'd be mostly to check if it's safe, and then we go through the doors. That way, we have a wait or a treat that is clear.
The issue is going to be that my drone won't be able to pass the grate that is going to be on the other side.
That's a good point. The grate, the vent grate, how much can you see through it? Like if I hold it up and look through it.
What do you mean? In my
Is he-
apologies.
Because he's saying the drone won't be able to get out the other side of the vent because it can't open the vent grate.
Oh, this is again, this is an access area. It's meant to be traveled through. You know what I mean? Easily by the drone. So the drone will have zero issues flying into and out of this. The reason why you're removing that cap was for your own personal access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The drone is small. Don't forget too that especially his drones as opposed to a typical or maybe a Geth service thing, which is even bigger. His drone is maybe think about like the top
Yeah,
of
it's
a
pretty small.
bottle cap, right? It's not very big. And then everything beyond that is just a hollow projection. So they're pretty small.
All right, we'll send in the drone, and then we'll make our decision from there.
You know, who knows? Maybe the entire reactor's full of Geth, and we just decide, nope.
Yeah.
So with that being said, can the drone do anything other than look and report? Like, can it actually access terminals and stuff like that for you as well? Does it have any of those abilities to do
I
that?
have not the faintest idea, honestly.
Okay, cool. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, so I mean,
While you do that,
if-
you quickly
if
throw
you-
it back.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at it, it just says it does this, right? And I can
This is probably
use-
under the character class, right?
Yeah. So if you look at drone, it doesn't say what the drones are capable of. It just basically is again combat focused. And if somebody attempts to hack the drone, it uses my intelligence instead of the drones. But aside from that, it doesn't say anything on whether or not what it can do.
So this is a sapient creature for the sake of for argument's sake. It says right on here that it can turn invisible 3 times a day. It has its little
Mhm.
pulse rifle that does actually that's really impressive damage. What is the CR of this thing? That's
1/8.
1/8. Wow. There are other drones that are 1/4 that do less damage than that, or at least I think they do less damage, or at least a higher top end, lower bottom end. Anyways, so it has an intelligence score of 11, which means it can absolutely do those things. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It also has shields, but I imagine you once again do not turn those on.
Yeah. I think I've stated that this far the shields of the drones always have been off.
Yeah. Since
For
the
the
last session.
exact same reason. Yeah.
And obviously, because it turns invisible for the whole minute that it's going to be around for, you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
being seen either.
Yeah.
Cool. So you summon a drone. It's a small little synthetic thing, and it's going to start going. And it can, in fact, do that kind of stuff. It's just it's going to use its own. It's going to use its own stats, not yours, right? So
I think it's like it only applies my stats if somebody attempts to hack it.
correct.
And whenever the drone makes a saving throw, damage, or healing roll, add your proficiency bonus to the roll. Whenever your drone attacks, apply your proficiency bonus instead of the drone's roll. Yeah.
Ah, damn it! I forgot the camera again, and the fact that I had the heat turned
Oh,
on.
there
I
it
meant to
goes.
set. I meant to set an alarm for myself to remember to turn the heater off.
Rip.
I love that he gets like a couple seconds of shit as he like knows it's about to go down.
It flashes and it says internal temperature too high. Brittany told me to buy a new fan because the ones I bought before unfortunately broke. Like one of the 2 fans broke, I think the first day I had it, and the other one eventually broke over time. So I was gonna buy new little fans inside here. It just needed air circulating. That's all. Anyways, I can turn it on in 5 minutes. I don't know. So I think we understand how the skills work. So that being said, when the thing kind of like when you summon it, which I imagine, you could even summon from where you are because it moves so damn fast, right? or even like you walk over to the thing, let's not negatively impact you. Would
Mhm.
you want it to spend this first round just straight zipping back to the backside, or do you want it to stop and investigate this area right here? Because it can make a perception/investigation check in this area to see what the hell this spot is for before it moves on.
I assume that would be like akin to a round.
It's just an action, yeah. Because you already used one round. It'd be either one round of straight flight doing dash, or it would do one round of fly in and investigate.
It looks like you have a lot of rounds to mess with because of the
I have 10
speed.
rounds.
Yeah. What I meant is the speed, so getting to the end doesn't take that long.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's I mean, yeah, I will do a roll. So here's this.
Knowledge is power. Each hex is 2 meters. Anna.
Correct. Yes.
Your Anna.
Yeah.
Your Anna. I saw the color and was like, oh no, wait.
You know that it has a perception of +3.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it's on there. Cool. Sorry, I just was on the wrong thing. All right. Awesome. So it does a perception. It looks around. So very quickly, it looks around, trying to figure out what it is that it sees, and kind of reports that information back to you. And pretty quickly, you're able to see that. All right. This access area is meant to be emergency shutoff valves, control systems, and whatnot for the actual reactor on the right-hand side. So the fact that there are emergency shutoffs for the reactor on the right-hand side, so on and so forth, probably means that the reactor on the left, so the reactor on the right is probably the primary reactor. So if you're shutting this one down using these emergency features, it likely shuts down both of them simultaneously. And the right-hand reactor, if in times where you're only able to power up, say, one of them, or only want to power up one of them for whatever reason, the right-hand one is the one that you're going to use. It's the primary of the two reactors. By no means is this how actual fusion or fission areas work, but think of actual electrical in your house. You have to imagine the left-hand reactor is daisy-chained off the right-hand one, meaning more or less controls come from the right and tie around to the left afterwards when it comes to the emergency shutoff. So this is like a quick access, holy shit, hit the red button to shut everything down immediately room. But that's kind of like what this room right here handles. And then also, yeah, for like, God forbid you need X, Y, or Z to happen. But again, not anything that you'd have to worry about in the moment. So that was round 1. Round 2, you're immediately going to continue flying. Round 2, you're going to continue flying, but could you just do me a favor real quick and roll me a perception check? This is not part of your movement. It's just kind of like as you fly by.
Oh, damn.
Beautiful. So one of the things that you're going to notice is this little square you see on the floor right here. That's actually a deployment for, you can imagine, repair drones. So you imagine if something's going wrong, this is going to be where some of the repair drones are situated, so they can kind of pop up and go either immediately to the left to the emergency shutoff area, or head down the tunnel to be able to rapidly start doing whatever needs to be done in the actual facility, the actual reactor itself. Okay, your drone has a speed of 16. I imagine it doesn't mind doing the dash action because it's invisible. So if it actually had to make a stealth check, it would have disadvantage plus advantage, neutralize itself for a normal stealth check if it was doing that. All right, so that's going to be to here, all the way. It can move up to 32 in this one movement. So your drone, if you want to move it all the way to where you see the arrow is on the screen. I don't know if you're actually able to do that or not.
Yeah, it's a bit fucky, but
It
Cool.
doesn't let you drag through walls, I think. So you just got to like drag along.
Oh,
It lets
that's
me-
funny. I
it
never
lets me go through walls.
Oh, never
yeah,
mind.
no,
then.
no. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So because of how broken it is, because it's narrow, I didn't think you're flying a drone inside there would
I mean, I can just alt it, and there you go.
Yeah, of course. All right, cool. So this round 2 is doing that. So round 3. Oh, I found out what that noise was earlier when I thought Brittany was coming back down. So I was trying to turn my camera back on. I have buttons on my sleeve. My sleeve's hanging. So as I put my arm down, it hits the gun before my arm does. So I'm hearing stuff. That's funny. All right. So cool.
Did
Round
they say
3.
about paranoid?
Round 3 will easily get you into the room. At this point, I imagine this is actually when you want to move, not a double move, so you can make a proper stealth check if need be.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll stealth, which for it is, I don't know how the sheet is set up, but you have a +5 on stealth with this.
Yeah. Is it advantage?
Is it what?
Is it advantage?
Is it advantage? Yes, because you're invisible. Yes, sir. And you're moving at normal speed. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Cool. So 19 on the stealth. You're able to come into the room, and let me just do this real quick. When you come into the room, one of the things that you notice is that inside this reactor room, there are along that like port on the other side, you can imagine it's almost like a charging station. There are drones situated over there. So you actually have 3 drones against that little ported area along the side. Now, they immediately appear to be, what's the word I'm looking for here? Powered down. Immediately appear to be powered down. So why don't you go ahead and roll for me? This is for Anno's character. A engineering check real quick.
Let's just hope they assumed no one would make it to the homeworld.
Sorry, my engineering?
Yes, sir. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
So, fun fact, I'll put a little indicator on there for you, so you can see which one's which. We will say the one with the strong arms, that one right there, that is in fact a drone that's specifically designed for like combat security, so on and so forth. Whereas the other 2 are drones specifically for maintaining or running this facility to make sure that when fuel needs to be, kind of like changed out or whatever it needs to be done, those other drones are kind of like the maintenance ones that are here for this. So what does that mean? That means that the all of them are going to have shields, because shields does more than just reduce the actual like mass relay. It could also help to reduce like the amount of like heat coming in. So all of them will have shields on them when they power on, but like one of them is going to have proper weapons on it, whereas the other 2 will not. And all of them have like a kind of a smaller health pool. So that's what you see, those drones right there. It's at this point in time, 3 rounds into your 10 rounds you have with the drone, you have this information. You quickly identify this immediately as Valivius, back with the other 2, as to whether or not you want to proceed, and if so, how you want to proceed. Do you want this thing to then go over to the reactor and or what? Because you can still try to get information from the reactor, or potentially punch in the codes to be able to unlock the door to the other side.
Quick question about that. Does somebody need to be constantly there? Or does just the button need to be pushed for the door to open?
Something will have to be there at the time that the thing is being opened. So do you have to stay there the entire time? Not necessarily, but they would have to be there during the time that you're disabling the security features. So more or less, because you guys did not go up the left-hand side at the same exact time, you would have to send another drone. Not such a bad thing, though, because like in theory, you could send, say, Tesh and Jake could go up the left, you stay here, and then when they radio to you that they're ready, then you just send another drone to come do this one, and you're unlocked to go up the center.
Yep. I assume from here there are no access chutes to enter the other rooms.
No. Everything's going to be individually contained. That way you don't have like a one reaction chaining off to, you don't want to have bad stuff happen. Let me just move this slightly so it's also easier for you to see. So there's a door right here, but I just set for the other view. But you're going this way. So just so you can see the door.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. And yeah, if I want to do anything, I mean, I assume the reactor is active.
The reactor is active. Yes, sir. But so we can immediately tell that. But how much power it's putting out, how often the fuel's been switched out, those kind of details you could only get from the actual terminal, which would be round 4 for your drone. Would be fly over to the terminal and to interact with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, in this case, I think I will have to probably waste a round to ask Brutus how to proceed, because I mean, I of course, as I'm doing this, I'm relaying the information, and I mean, it's his prerogative as the commander. Oh, and he's gone. As the commander to
Brutus is like, no, I don't want to talk to you.
To be able to decide if we want to proceed or not.
Good. We don't want to talk to you either, Jake. I'm glad. Get out of here. It seems like he's having an issue with his camera because it's not saying Jake. Maybe with his audio too.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer like died for a second.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Did you hear what I asked, or with what I said?
What to do or something?
Basically, yeah. Since I mean, I'm the things God is saying, I'm relaying to you in character, so that you may decide as the commander what to do. Olivis would ask, like, should I proceed and try to get initial data, like if refueling is imminent and we should not get in there to not be spotted, or things like that. Or stay like put so that you may reach the second reactor so we can do it at the same time.
I mean, I would say to me and Sias should go to the Sias should go to the other one. And you should have a drone do that, and you can go straight up the middle.
Okay, so I should not interact with the thing, with the console, until you've reached the console as well.
I think just to catch you up, Jake, because you were obviously having audio issues or whatever. Just to catch you up real quick. He's more or less saying, do you want me to interact with the terminal to see if this is even a viable option before we start sending you personally into an area that could be...
interact with it.
Yeah, cool. It's just the only downside to the interaction, which is why it's a question, is he interacts with it, he's got a +7. His drone interacts with it, I think he has like a +1 or something like that. So he's just... So the good news is you guys are at the entrance, you can run away if need be. The bad news is it's clearly not anywhere near as skilled as he as a person is. That's the big question there. So he'll gladly do whatever you want, though. And you're saying interacts now. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see if it's even an option for the future. Makes sense. Cool. Ano, I'll assume that you're not also having fun camera issues, and you can go ahead and roll for the drone's engineering check to see how it plays out. I love this overlay, and it makes you really, really happy. Yeah. I'm glad I stayed up till 3 a.m. working on it. It's so pretty.
Engineering or electronics? It doesn't matter, but...
did I say engineering? I meant electronics, and thank you.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It does have... There's a 0, so...
Did we decide what we're going to do?
Yes, he's going to interact to see what he gets first. Okay, so your electronics is a sad 7. Did you want to luck that to see if you can get it a little bit better?
I think we have a bunch, so yeah.
Cool. So with a 10, your thing is able to access the terminal to start. It can't really properly interact with it yet. So these DCs aren't crazy high because it doesn't make sense for them to be crazy high. You know what I mean? Again, this is old technology that you're working with. The Geth wouldn't have modified the Quarian tech. It functions, so there was no reason to. And the Geth that are operating it were designed to operate it with its previous iteration, right? So again, there's no reason for it to upgrade. That's why everything's pretty easy for you.
Never touch
So-
a running system.
What's that?
Never touch a running system.
Yeah, right. If it ain't broke, right? So either way, you are so your thing flies over to the system and immediately is able to kind of start interacting with it, trying to make sure. I imagine it moved at half speed and use stealth. By the way, why don't you go ahead and again roll stealth with advantage for me?
Oh, sure.
That actually matters because these things do have passive perception.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So easily are able to fly over there and start interacting with it. And immediately you can see that the thing is functioning. It's online. And the amount of power that it's trickling out is actually rather minimal. It doesn't seem like there is a ton of power being put out of this thing for what it could be. So fuel rod expenses are going to be relatively low. It seems like it's literally just kind of generating enough power to maintain the systems as needed in the overall region, whatever grid it's connected to, but not like really ramping up the power. So without any further investigation, already you know that this doesn't sound like Tesh?
I was gonna say that's already like a chunk of like the really good information. That means it's likely not active in expansion sort of stuff.
Correct. Yes. I'm going to touch on what Green's suggesting in chat too. So yes, which is good news at least for this facility here. However, there's still lots of information that can still be gathered. Like looking at how this energy, like knowing that they're using the old Quarian system for generating power, so on and so forth, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're still using the Quarian maintenance protocols or whatever afterwards. Because if they are adapting this for other updated Geth, like the town may very well have, because there were likely security Geth over there and not just maintenance ones like up here. Well, that's where it's like there could be more valuable information from that center terminal. It's that fruit. You're like, oh, if I can get my hands on that, that could potentially be valuable information. So you're able to interact with it, no problem. And Ano, you're pretty confident that this would be able to work through and to open the system as needed for you to open that center doorway. You're pretty confident, but maybe this drone won't be around when it happens. This was round 1, 2, 3. This is round 4 for you. Okay, you have 6 more rounds with it. So feel free to share that information.
So less than 30 seconds. So, I mean, Valivis would turn and say, interesting. It seems that the power generation of this facility is minimal, which, I mean, is information on its own. But of course, we still don't know what they use it for. And I mean, it could be ramped up rather quickly.
So are you suggesting we still push on?
From what we know, we could this facility could just power up a farm, or it could keep an army, a garrison on standby with minimal power, and the moment it becomes active, it will just power up. So the possibilities are rather big.
Jake?
I guess we kind of need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you know the next bet you want to do is to go over to the other door around the left-hand side. So This will be round. Yes, sir.
Quick question. Can
Yep.
I keep basically, because I know that they won't be able to do this in 30 seconds, right?
Yep.
It would be insane. So could my drone, since it's going to be, I don't know how they become inert, if they come back or whatever, but could it just tell the console to be on standby, so when I send the second one, it doesn't have to hack in again?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's not a big deal. So
Okay,
you know what I
Big
mean? Once you
press
access
this button.
Yeah, well, you could imagine, like, even if just like any computer, you know, it'll eventually go to sleep mode. So you're just going to have it there, and you can have it doing other stuff, and your character can do other stuff while they're walking. So if you think of something while they're walking for the next 6 rounds or 5 rounds, sorry, you let me know. Cool. Now, before we have Jake and Tesha breach the western door to see what's on the other side, I want to address something in chat. So one of the things to note about Geth, specifically about Geth, is they are actually not super well designed. The physical units are not super well designed for detection and whatnot. For the most part, physical units are really good at detecting via cameras, infrared, regular light spectrum, and some of them more fitted towards ultraviolet. They do not have crazy frequency pickups, XYZ, for finding other things. That is the average Geth, chassis or chassis, whatever, or unit. This is seen inside the video games. It's experienced a million times. You can literally sneak up on Geth, so on and so forth, and you always have shields and everything around you. However, because this is you're dealing with AI and super advanced technology, and we're playing a TTRPG and not a third-person shooter or what have you, because of that, or first-person shooter, what have you, because of that, it just makes logical sense that they would have a much better way of detecting things than what's portrayed inside the video games. So I do, in my mind, have additional sensors or what have you that they can use to find the stuff. Go ahead.
A lot of the combat with the Geth, for the most part, except for like 3 and a little bit of 2, most of the combat with the Geth is not on their turf. It's like on your, like on Quarian or like human, whatever. And I imagine the strength is when they're on their territory, all the sensors are working with them to look for stuff rather than just being the chassis sort of thing.
Yep. Because you have to remember an individual Geth unit or what do you call those things? Platform. An individual Geth platform is not very powerful. It's when they work together as a collective that makes them powerful, right? Because then they have more CPUs and various other types of processors, right? So to make them more powerful. So that all being said, and that understanding that Geth individual chassis are not that powerful, and these are clearly older models that are here for maintaining this facility that's already been identified in this scenario, as opposed to potentially like warrior Geth that might be around. Cool. That being understood, moving on. Then there is also brain's not working. Hold on, give me a second. Then there's also the fact that obviously his drone with its tactical cloak is clearly designed to also hide from other sensor arrays. Yeah. So it can only use it it can only use it for the 1 minute that it's around, and it's supposed to be able to hide from more than just the visible light spectrum, right? So you imagine that's part of one of the reasons why it burns up so quickly, why it dies in 1 minute. It probably contains all of its heat, and then all of a sudden just kind of like burns out its own CPU and drops.
I mean, technically, I will say, like, a drone like that normally would be able to do it for 3 minutes because it has 3 times a day that it can do it, but I can only keep it around for 1 minute.
Yeah, but so, and again, remember, this video game takes place, I think, like this game takes place about 30 years prior to the video games. So these Geth, in theory, even if they did encounter one, would be less evolved than the ones that are even encountered in the video games. So, yeah. All right, I think I kind of touched on all of that stuff, but definitely important point to bring up, whether or not they would just be able to pick up like the disturbances in the air or whatever. So they're wrong. Even though they're inert, they still have a passive perception as though they were awake. So you definitely have to beat the stealth check required to sneak past them. So that is a thing. What that number is, I will not share unless you trip it. But in the meanwhile, that has not happened. Now let's get to your characters. This is round 5. You go ahead, Otto.
while my drone is there, would it be possible to detect if there are any standby drones in other rooms? I assume there's probably a similar array of drones in the other reactor room, which would make
Let's hope
sense,
not.
and I would warn them about it. But
So for the most part, this facility is specifically for the most part, this facility is specifically for this terminal for this reactor and controlling it. However, obviously for a myriad of reasons, there are ways to access other, say, cameras or whatever that might be inside the facility that were originally put in place for organic use. Because you can imagine with even how the terminal is set up, it's set up for Quarian use, and so therefore for a Geth interaction as though they are Quarians. So you can imagine that the maintenance drones that come by probably have little digits that come down, like little arms that come down that have like the fingers that function how Quarian fingers work to interact with the thing. Because now you're in an area where an actual engineer or scientist or what have you would have to be able to deal with the thing. So yes, there are ways to do that. That would be a separate check. Let's get started with them and I'll come back to you, okay? Cool. So the two of you, oh, sorry, go ahead, Sash,
Yeah, I was
please.
just going to explain my hope. Given
Yeah.
that the right reactor is the main reactor, my hope is that the left reactor isn't currently running or is to a lesser extent and doesn't need things on standby for it. That's my little hope.
Right, so
Well,
I'll tell you, Sias, you take point on this.
Yeah,
I'll cover you.
will do. And I'm going to go up and I assume it's the door. Is the door needing to be hacked or is there just a thing to open it?
is the door needing to be hacked or is there a thing to open it? I would say that the the door does not need to be hacked. It can just be opens no problem.
Okay, I'll give like a countdown of 3, 2, 1, and open.
And anticlimactically, the DM wasn't on that layer.
That's a no. Yeah, I just meant for like RP wise. That's what.
No,
I'm
it's
doing.
okay. I suck. I get it. Cool. And the door immediately opens up for you guys, and you are welcome to go ahead and proceed from there.
I would go carefully around this corner. Okay, door.
Yep, you're able to see the door there, which matches up with the room thing that you had. It's suggested that you had seen beforehand. So
I'm gonna
that makes sense.
just quickly. Do we want to clear it or just continue?
Up to you.
We haven't been detected yet. I say let's just continue.
I imagine you guys are moving at half speed, so 6 square. What is it? Only 3 hexes, and
Yeah.
unless you're
Okay.
dashing. So it sounds like you're dashing, so you can move
No,
12
no.
hexes and still roll stealth.
We can move 12 hexes and okay.
Yeah, because
So,
you're
yeah, let me-
you're half speed dashing. Yeah. As funny as that sounds.
So I can make it there in one round.
Yep. And then Jake, your character would just come to here. Or actually, you can even come to here. Cool. And the reason why I'm saying go to there is because as you guys do that in 1 round, go ahead and roll me your stealth checks, both of you.
Here comes the fun rolls.
Well, luckily you seem to be alone inside of a hallway.
Oh, that was actually really good.
Don't waste those now. Now is when you're alone in the hallway. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I know. Oh. God damn.
Well, that means you guys are gonna suck next time. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back to Valavius in a second to roll his electronics check for his little drone. But Jake also, as he's moving up and he goes up and he's kind of like you can imagine the door opens like 3, 2, 1, and then like he takes that immediately whips around the corner and then checks and starts walking and slowly goes up to the next corner, whips around the corner. You're kind of like walking up, behind him as he goes. Once he comes around this corner again and he sees the door at the end of the hallway and, kind of says to you, like, continuing or whatever it is. As he does that, you're, of course, taking in your sights and whatnot as well. Jake, you notice on your left-hand side, there's a little kind of like area there. There's a whole bunch of different like tools and supplies or whatever that would have been put in place. There's even like a trash receptacle that's inside there, so make sure there's no like trash that's thrown on the ground inside the hallway or whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but something catches your eye. You notice a little chip that happens to be there. Leaning over and taking a quicker look, you realize like, oh shit, that's an armor module.
What the hell? Look at this.
He'll sort of like, oh shit. Grab it. We can check it out later.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll grab it.
Somebody had used the fortune's favor earlier. So, so,
this is the cool part about how Mass Effect armor works is you can upgrade it.
yeah, even the basic shit like you guys have.
Yeah, that's honestly one of my favorite things about this system was the way the armor works. Anyway, shall we continue?
Cool. So, you guys are able to move up. So, Anna, go ahead and roll.
Electronics, right?
Si, senor.
With the recon?
Or
me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll wait there till we can get ready to go in.
Oh, sir, you gain access. Give me 1 second because you are. Oh my god.
That was
just about to
perfection.
open
The door. That timing is amazing.
Oh my god, that is so good.
The little drone that could.
Do you remember our Patreon sessions, Scott? We like how we can't roll to save our fucking life.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
do.
now 20s all day.
Why is this? Oh, I didn't save who it's controlled by. Okay. There you go. Give me 1 second. And
It looks like a sentry turret.
yeah, that's just for the sake of it's a camera.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's Tesh.
Just open the door.
That's gonna be Scott when when his wife gets gets the Vulcan.
I don't know how many shots she shot at me, but I know I shot 3 and I recovered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So either she emptied her entire gun of 6 or she only got 5 of them off. Because I definitely recovered one of my shots. So if she only shot 5, then I'm missing 2. If she shot 6, I'm missing 3. Anyways,
you're doing the equivalent of counting cards with Nerf gun.
bro, I do that all the time. Whenever I fight with them, like whenever I'm playing, I will intentionally shoot my gun. I will shoot 6 because I know that her gun is the one that holds more as a quick reload. So I will shoot 6 because I know I have 2 left inside the spinner, and then that's when I'll quickly like grab up a couple and retreat. And if they try to chase after me, that's when I have 2 left to defend myself if need be. So like when I reload, I get down at a knee and I aim at the door where they're coming from, and I start trying to reload so that as I shoot and reload, it's still in the chain. So I like reload for the next one needed to go around. So I'm like, I try to be as prepared as possible. That, and because of Rory's birthday party, we have those like pool noodle lightsabers that Brittany and Brittany's cousin made for Rory's birthday. I will totally grab a lightsaber for it in case we get engaged in melee. So, which they neither do. So it's usually just me beating them with noodles and running away.
I literally, before I was gonna post it after the stream, I found a Nerf Minecraft like Mjolnir hammer that also launches Nerf tarts out the top of it.
Oh yes, I've seen that. I think it holds 3 at the top. Yeah.
I was like, that is the most extra thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but most of the Nerf things are most of the Nerf Minecraft things are super flimsy. Like the sword and the axe and what they're like, you don't play with those. They're super flimsy.
Yeah.
But either way, all right. Continuing. So you guys go up to the door, and I imagine over comms, Anno hears 3, 2, and then interrupts with,
Oh, So I have a. Do I get the feed from the camera, or what? From which, like, what perspective do I have?
So your drone is looking
Yeah.
at more or less like, imagine a security camera feed
Uh-huh.
on the screen in front of it. So you're looking at a screen of a screen, like, because like your drone's camera is looking at the screen, and then you're looking.
Seeing when people record their screen on their phone instead of fucking using a screen record.
Yeah.
Screenception. Anyway. Yeah. So I will say, watch out. There is a camera there on the other side, and is it one of the gun drones or just a normal drone?
Good question. Actually, those are the gun drones, and again, they are. You can clearly tell it's powered down. That's why I have the little indicator on there for you. But there are those are gun drones there.
Okay. Yeah. So, and the security drone in there. So you have to be extra careful if you want to proceed.
And you can I imagine to them patch over a couple of screenshots. You can't give them necessarily the whole feed without sending over a recording, but you can send over like a screenshot of the room so they can see the sleeping drone in the middle of the room.
I send them a GIF.
It's funny.
What do you want to do?
Well, we either back out now or we risk it.
I'm game if you are.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Open the door.
Okay.
Where's the camera facing at the moment? I would obviously wait if he has like a go now sort of thing, or
which camera? Well, there's let me open the door for you. You guys can't see what I'm looking at, so give me half a tick here, and I will answer your question.
The camera is what we're wanting to avoid, right? Or
no, the camera's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's the droid's the issue. Okay, so the door opens up for you guys. I'm not sure exactly what you can see comparatively, but that was round 6 for you.
All I can see.
Okay, so that's the camera he's using to look outwards. So there's something across the way. So round 6 for you is kind of like walking up to this door at half speed and to opening the door, and maybe taking like one step in for each of you. But then we'll kind of have to stop from there because obviously you stop to talk or whatever. So. Here your characters are, with what you see. Now, obviously, you can see the drone right there. Now, the door opened up, and you guys are taking that step in because you took one step inside the room. I'm not going to force you to roll a stealth check right here. Your next turn, you're absolutely going to have to roll a stealth check to get over to the other door. So, you had the heads up that you opened up the door. And then you just took like that super crawly half step forward. We stop here. That was round 6. Now we're going into round 7. Anno, I don't know if your thing is doing anything else for round 7, but they're going to have to make their stealth check to move at half speed.
So that camera, is it like a danger?
The camera's not a danger. The camera's just sights. That's how you were able to give them a heads up of what was inside the room to make a decision.
Yeah, but at the same time, would Geth be looking through them right now, or am I taking over?
So that's a really good question. Again, the thing with the camera is that it is originally designed for organics. The Geth came later on, so they would be able to access this information. You imagine like wirelessly tap in and access or what have you, but they're currently powered down. So they're limited to only the sensors of their immediate chassis, and not connected to the greater network of the of this facility, because this facility is not Geth.
Cool. Wait. So did you say they are wired to the facility? Repeat the last sentence you said.
Yep. So I was saying that they can access, you can imagine, you don't know this for a fact, you can imagine they can access the the cameras in the facility. But the facility itself is not Geth, so they would have to actively get that information, right? It's like you have a cell phone to access the internet, but you have to actively use your cell phone, right? But if you yourself were a part of that cell phone, you would always have the information. Yes.
Okay, so it's not going to alert them to our presence, but they can access it if they want to.
If you were in a more centralized area, like if you guys had chosen a different location to go to, things would not be working this easily. This is literally because you chose an outpost where they never upgraded the original kind of like infrastructure and security protocols or whatever.
I mean, seeing like basically now I have the information. I don't think I need the cameras anymore. So would it be possible to loop them for them to be basically showing that nothing is happening?
Sure. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Cool.
So, unfortunately, one of the cameras is already has them on it, but because the rooms are perfectly mirrored, you can literally loop the one side and then flip that image on the other side and loop it on the other side too. But this right here would be not an electronics check. This is a hacking check. This is like actual hacking stuff being done. Now, you unfortunately aren't there. So once again, this is your drone doing it because you're not inside the room.
Would it be easier if I wait for them to be off screen and just basically from there on loop the other camera?
Yeah, if you want to, sure. Either way, it's the same thing. You're still rolling for your drone to do the
Yeah. I
hacking.
know. I would just want to make it easier for the drone because like my drone isn't proficient in hacking. So
it's also not proficient in electronics. So you're going to roll electronics as your kind of backup on this just for simplicity.
Cool. So then I would like, there's no rush at the moment. So I would wait for make it less complicated for the drone.
Yep. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll your stealth checks? Again, you're moving at half speed, but you're also wearing armor that gives you disadvantage. So good luck, boys. Oh my God, we're almost through this. Okay, Jake, you have an
so mean.
You have an 8, Jake. Do you want to luck it just to
Luck
get over the top there?
Luck it just in case, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the luck thing on, so I just gotta put it on real quick.
Yep, you're good. Jake's like, oh, trust me, I try to click it instantly.
It always sucks when a 20 gets eaten by a disadvantage.
Yeah, but it's nice when a 1 is eaten by advantage.
That's true, yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
You guys are able to make your way, easily make your way across. That was your move check. And then you're able to finish off with your action by opening the door in question over here. Getting you to the location at hand. Very quickly, similar to beforehand. Let me try to continue to make these very simple.
Is this what we need to get to?
This is a fighter one. I'm just trying to put the arms on them if they're fighter ones versus not fighter ones.
Okay.
So like those two that you see up there? Yes, sir.
Okay. I would actually suggest that you stay put. So only one of us has to do this next check as I step forward to activate the console.
Jake has the higher stealth, but I think you have the higher electronics. So
I actually know what. I have 0 electronics, so.
Oh, so do I.
So I think actually it might be you is the best bet then, if you have a better stealth.
I thought you had electronics.
No, I have engineering. I deliberately went engineering because he has insane electronics. My guy is just like, the idea of him is he's naturally good with some tech, but he never focused on it, which is why he's like shotgunned his skills except for piloting.
Yeah, all right, I'll do it.
All right.
Don't expect much.
No, it's going to be the same either way for the actual check.
Yeah, but I also imagine Yeah, I imagine your character, Tesh, you would do like the whole, again, I'm not gonna bug you if you spend your entire turn moving only 2 meters. I imagine you're gonna take that quick step closer. So in case this one's so you spend your whole turn moving up, or you're moving or whatever, you're moving up to here, and then get your
Yeah,
gun
I'll-
trained on that one, right?
Pretty much.
All right,
yeah.
Cool. So the door opens up and you're going to that was round 7, right? As you guys going over there and opening the door. Now it's round 8. Hey, you might not actually
We might-
need.
Yeah.
You might actually, Valivius, you might want to run over to your position for round 8. So, round 8, sir. Jake, I need for you your disadvantaged stealth while Sias just
I'm
spends his
willing
turn moving over
everything
there and being like,
Towards you have all my luck.
Do I need to make a stealth check to move? How many meters is it?
yeah, 4 meters, absolutely. Yep, 100%.
All right, get ready. Test, right? Yeah, absolutely ready.
Yep, I'm ready. Gun trained on the thing.
Oh my God!
Oh shit!
This is round 8. Valivius, I imagine you move your what is it, 12 meters this round, right?
Uh-huh.
Or you can even
Hold
dash
on,
to
my
get all the way over there.
electronics
Yeah, I mean, in all
One
honesty, I
second.
wouldn't have to be next to the vent the whole time, so yeah.
Well, I think you were staying there in case you had to deploy another one and give it more time. Yeah, less
makes
travel time.
sense,
And then you realized, oh shit, we're actually gonna make it.
Yeah, you're like looking at the cameras and you're like, oh, and you make your way over there. Like, they're competent. Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah.
All right, cool. And now here you are. You need both. This is rounds 9. You need both the drone and Brutus to make their electronics checks. Boys, who wants to go first?
I have a 0 in electronics.
So doesn't the drone, baby.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
they both have 0. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Good news is we only have to
it's
do
normal
one
check,
check
right?
to get out of this
Yeah,
room.
normal check.
So
All right. Where is
There's
it?
only 3 combat
Oh.
drones you've seen so far, by the way.
yeah, this is
Ooh,
oh fuck.
Let's
yeah.
go!
man. Okay.
Ooh.
But he said he set it up
Like a-
earlier so we could just do it.
No, that was it. So the other one can come in. So the other one can come in without having to re-access the system. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a
Uh,
5, sir. How are you feeling about that 5?
Luck it.
I
Luck
have
it just in
to,
case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I don't know how. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how hard of a
Oh.
check that's gonna be. So.
Okay. So I will tell you this.
It was
Your
probably me.
luck stopped you from a critical failure
Oh, shit.
triggering an alert. It did not open the door, unfortunately. But the luck stopped you from triggering an alarm
Okay, so it's at
that
least
otherwise
10.
would have.
Okay.
It's at least 10, so that's good to know. Round.
So-
they-
so
you
that-
have
this is
one more
rounds-
round, right?
Yep, this is round 10 now. This is the last round you can use that drone. Drake, you don't have to do anything. You and Tesh's characters are just there. You have Jake has his gun resting gently on the console and has access to it. And now he's like quickly picking up the gun and holding it with one hand held on the button that's needed. Right? You've got yours. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, look. It's not even plugged in.
Oh,
Oh, right in the last, you took the last round. Okay.
That's clutch.
Yeah, but probably
Oh my
when
God.
he says the drone is working, he says like this is the reason why the quarantine thing they do.
Oh, shit.
Boy.
Okay. And then the door opens up and you come to 2 realizations, Ano. Realization number 1,
Oh no.
it worked. You got the door open, but there's one more door to do. God damn it. You're like, oh, I'm this close. What is it? What kind of actions does it take to deploy a drone? A drone?
Just a bonus. I don't know. Let me check.
Because this one is gone.
Oh yeah, just as an action, spend 1 tech point to summon one of the following. Yeah.
So it opens up and immediately you start to take a step in and you're like, fuck, there's another security door we're going to have to open. And I imagine you spend your action to summon the drone and then you start moving.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able
Just
to move
awkwardly
6,
sitting in the room.
2, 4, 6. You're able to move. This thing would have been deployed right. You were standing here, so it would have been deployed right here.
Yeah.
It has a speed of what, 16?
Yes.
And it doesn't need a stealth right away.
Yes.
So it is able to 32. It's able to go right there. So I'm going to go ahead and move it right there.
I assume once the door's open, it stays open, right?
Yeah. So well, at least it'll shut behind him, but the security feature's taken care of. You can get out, no problem. It's getting in that has the issue.
Yeah. Figured.
Right. Okay. So there is number 1. Jake's there, so you don't have to worry about any of the extra features, security features inside. Jake's able to hold it on the one side, so he's still good to go. Round 2 is going to be 32, get you exactly to the top. That gets you perfectly to here. That's where the thing is now going to have to move with a stealth check. Valavius is able to make the rest of the way up to here. You can even see there's a little terminal on the wall right there, waiting for access to get in, waiting for like the green indicator, so you can just hit the button to go in. Okay, there's a stealth check for the.
I think I will roll that. Yeah.
Luck it,
Passive,
luck it.
yeah, passive is at least, yeah.
Okay.
Let's hope that's enough.
Okay, so it's able to get back over there. So that was round 1, round 2, round 3. So round 3, Valavius is just like, preparing an action. So as soon as he sees it goes green, he hits it. This is now where Brutus and the drone, and I promise you, this is the last of the electronics checks for you boys. Well, for you boys. For Anno, he still has his own.
Yeah, I'm not worried about mine.
Don't say that. Touch wood.
I'm worried about the +0.
Yeah. All right. So what is this?
This is your final
Electronics
electronics check. Yes, sir.
Not a
Oh
disadvantage.
shit! Yeah, no,
You rolled it
not
with the
at
advantage. God damn it, you
Yeah,
took
yeah.
the 2 good rolls. God damn it. If you fail now, Jake, it's because of him. Oh! That's because of Anno! It is all
shit.
because of Anno. Oh! Anno, go ahead and roll your drones.
It begins. It begins, boys.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I mean,
You could taste the sweet nectar of
I knew that was coming.
like,
Hey,
it didn't
we've
have
been
to,
So
though.
many 20s.
We've been
It didn't have to.
insanely lucky up to
No.
this point. It was
It's
bound
lit-
to happen eventually.
It's because Anno Eric's the roll. And just
Yeah,
like
no,
Eric
that
in
was
real
both
life,
rolls.
he's a big clunky goof that's over 6 feet tall and knocks into everything. Like,
Here we
Listen.
go.
listen, you Smurf.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised we made it this far, all things considered.
I won't lie. I can taste sweet victory. Okay. So all of a sudden, the you go the drone over on that side. Did you want to luck that 10, by the way, or were you leaving it at the 10? You know that a 9 doesn't trigger, but you don't know if a 10 actually accesses.
No, it doesn't matter at this point.
Well, that's meta,
Wait.
but sure. Yeah, that's true. This is a meta decision with a meta ability. So it's fine. So over on Brutus's side, you go to punch the thing in, you're holding the gun, you're watching the damn drones as you're like, you don't put your gun back down this time, you just like one hand, but like you miskeyed because of the size of your the fingers on your gloves. Nobody else knows what mistake you made. This isn't shared amongst the group. You're aware of what you did because as soon as you access it, all of a sudden you see like a kind of like an alert screen come up on yours, and something happens to the drone side. An alert screen goes up, and something happens to your thing as well. So whereas the panel right there was like, let's say yellow or red or whatever, waiting for it to turn green for you to hit it, all of a sudden you can just kind of like see an alert screen pop up for a moment. But the alert screen does not, it's not like all of a sudden the facility's flashing red and alarms going off. Nothing like that at all. It's just the alert screen goes on. And Sias and Brutus both roll me perception checks.
Do I get advantage because I'm staring at this dude?
Yes, sir. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Good call. Both you guys can see that the drones in front of you are coming online. They're not fully online yet. What does this mean? This means that if you choose to engage in combat right now, if you choose to just say, fuck it, let's just blast the hell out of them, we'll figure out what we're going to do afterwards, they would have the surprised condition in the first round because they are not fully online. Their shields are not online, and they have the surprised condition. That is up to you. However, this mistake could potentially be overwritten with a really good electronics check as a secondary check if you want to do that instead of combat. But you have to make a snapshot decision. Do I try a very high DC? I'm probably going to fail. Do I just fuck it and retreat and take the extra moment I have to run away? Or do I just go all in, guns blazing? You're going to have to make that decision snapshot. There's no like big conversations back and forth. It's kind of like, guys. And then Jake gives the command.
Open fire.
Okay. What I would actually probably do is I'd hit my shield, activate my. I would. Do I want to? No, I'll fire first. Then next round I'll do my shield, because I can use my tech armor if I need to. So
I have this awesome cheat sheet I use here. I'm posting inside Twitch chat. It doesn't have the surprised condition on here, unfortunately. So I have to find that. 5E surprised condition.
I think they don't get the reactions until.
I don't think they get an action either.
Yeah, no, it's straight up. We get a round of combat before them, essentially, and then it's a round of combat and then initiatives. If that makes sense, Scott.
You can't move or take an action for your first round of combat, and you can't take reactions until the that turn ends. Yep, exactly
so
that.
So essentially, we roll initiative, but it doesn't really matter until the next turn.
Yep, exactly what you just said, sir. Yep. Okay, cool. Where is my?
Oh, did I need to wait for the tracker? Oops.
It should still pop up if you hit your mini.
I did.
As soon as the next person does it.
It did not.
Where?
Well, if someone else does theirs.
Oh, there it is. I'm like, where are they? But they're under the baddies tab. So here we are.
We're under the baddies tab.
Okay. I need to click.
So,
these are just these ones for now.
Oh, nice. You would go before me then, Brutus, because you have a higher dex, I'm thinking.
All right.
I'll let Scott mix that around. So for my theater of the mind stuff, these Geth chassis, right? You were just using drones and chassis kind of all over the place. So I'm not sure if these are drones or chassis.
These are well, chassis just means like body, right? It just means frame.
Well,
so
for my mind, I mean, are they the humanoid Geth or are they the drone Geth?
These are the drone Geth. To be
okay,
to be 100% clear, these are the yeah. Give me 1 second, and then now that I have that, let's go do this too.
Luckily, they did not win initiative.
Okay.
As Green was saying, if they win initiative, they merely clear the condition before we act. Which that does more in older editions. There's no touch AC in this one, so I assume that matters more for like touch AC.
I mean, but that also means that you still can't take a reaction until the end of the turn so it's the same thing either way. But cool.
Brutus
Descending
would go before me because he has thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, I just had to get it in order, and it looks like we are in good order now. So, that is good news. Brutus, you're able to go first, sir. Do you still
Valavia
try
has not rolled
to?
initiative.
What?
Has Valavia
Oh, no!
rolled initiative?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I exist.
He's
I
he's
didn't-
he's
I
he's on
didn't-
Pornhub right now. Don't mind him.
Yeah, I was looking at the newest release. No, I didn't think I needed to roll because I'm technically not there, but yeah, it makes sense. Where is the initiative on the sheet there? Do I have to click
Up
my
the top,
mini?
above
Click
health.
your mini first. Yes.
Well,
Oof.
Okay. Appropriate. All right, cool. So then with that, sir, let me go ahead and ascending order again. All right. So, with that being said, it is, what is it? Silas's turn. Silas's turn. So, no, sorry, Brutus's turn.
No,
Who has the higher
Brutus is going
dexterity?
First. Brutus
so-
does, because I have 2.
Okay, cool. So, Brutus goes first. Brutus, you know that these ones are not powering on. You made your perception check. These are not powering on. At
Which
least not
ones?
yet.
Sorry?
These ones, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why you can't see what I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
These ones are not powering on,
Yeah,
At least
this one
not yet.
is.
but the other ones are. Because those are maintenance drones. Maintenance drones aren't going to power on just because of a single feature, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what do you do with your turn? Do you still try to type in the code again?
Yeah. So what I can do? Can I use this? Eddie blooper. Is it that?
I mean, we can still open the door for him, and he can try and get as much done as he can before shit hits the fan.
You can always
Yeah,
use
so
your
am I able to-
adrenaline rush. What are you trying to do with
Yeah.
it?
Am I able to use like?
Oh shit!
Can I try an electronics check to open the door and then shoot the thing? Because there's 2 actions, right?
I mean, yeah, you can do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So I'm gonna try and open the door.
Mhm.
Obviously, I will more or less say I'm trying again, so Valavius knows.
Or it's more of a
I'll
get
try
your
it
ass in
again.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can open it up first.
and also I
Yeah.
now know whose fault it is. Wait, didn't you do that already?
electronics.
Did you want to luck it to see if you can get it through?
Yeah, kind of.
Go.
A 9 does not open the door, but it does not set off any additional security alerts, which is good because if this is like an exploratory feature, you did not like set the whole base on full alert yet, because you didn't set off a secondary the feature a second time. So again, it's still, but that's going to happen in 2 seconds anyways, right? So you did that with your action, and then you're
try
going to
again.
use adrenaline rush to do your second action. You have an assault rifle out, right?
Yes.
Because you're shooting these things. Are you doing burst fire?
You could technically hit both at the same time, and I doubt they have. Like, it's a dex save. I doubt they can really do anything.
You to disadvantage when you're because you always get a saving throw in D&D. You just have disadvantage when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really get it, but I'm
So
doing that.
burst fire is a feature that a lot of the ARs have in this to make it makes having characters that aren't dex based still work in this setting, because you can
Mhm.
burst fire and it works off their save instead of your abilities.
Yep, and it hits
Okay.
a 2x2 hex.
Yeah.
So it hits like
Right.
it hits
It
a
makes-
4 hex block.
It makes anyone with a gun a threat, essentially.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it allows you to hit.
I'll do that then.
You're literally going to hit like this hex, this hex, this hex, this hex. So you're going to be able to hit that area. You know what I mean? So
It's
sure.
spray and pray is what it is.
Yeah, exactly that. So you're gonna do that. You're gonna like bink, fuck, open fire, and just start shooting over there. Cool. I have to make
That works for like the order of the initiative as well, because like the second I hear him shoot, I'm like, okay.
where is the? There you are. So I have to make my 2 saving throws with disadvantage. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that twice. Because this is just the regular ones. And the second one. And in case you're curious exactly how that works, I happen to have this right here is a bloopable thing for you. So you could,
cool.
but the DC is based off of your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus 8. What's your dex modifier, Jake?
I never chose my fighting style.
5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 5?
That's what it says there.
It's a 15, bro. That's amazing. You have a 20 dexterity?
No, I don't, but it says 5 on the... See, I don't know how to read this sheet. You want to look at it? Because I only have a 16 dexterity.
Oh, so it's a plus 3.
Oh, that's the save. Don't worry, that's the save, so it's a 3.
Oh, okay. So it's a 13 is what has to be beaten. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they both fail. Go ahead and roll the damage that it says. And the damage that it does is the normal damage for the weapon. So you just roll your damage once.
All right, so on this sheet, do I click the damage like you would in Pathfinder?
Yep.
Okay.
Or better yet, technically it's going to do an attack roll when you do that. And then you're going to click the whatever that button is there. Because you can't just roll damage in this.
Oh, nice.
9 points of
That's real
damage.
good.
You absolutely obliterate both of these drones before they can even come online. So they just die. So that was round 1. Is damn, open fire. That happens. All right. After that is Sias. You have advantage.
Oh, I have advantage. Damn.
Wait, hold on. Do you? I suppose no. Technically, you don't.
No, I
'Cause-
wouldn't.
yeah,
have
you don't.
because
Because it's not sleeping. It's just waking up. Yeah, cool. So either way, you hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ah, that is absolutely beautiful. That is a perfect amount of damage. Go ahead, describe.
Just straight up, like it like starts powering on. You see like the little eye at the front that all the drones have. He just bang straight in the eye. Just waits to see if it like keeps turning on.
Beautiful. That means that unfortunately, I also have to power up my other maintenance ones.
Well, I'm invisible.
Bonus bonus action. I'm gonna turn on my my tech armor.
Okay. This one right here is fully powered online. Because its turn just passed. This one's fully powered online, so it's good to go. Bonus action, you get your tech armor turned on. Thank you, sir. Like I said, this
running. Since I can see he cleaned up, I'm gonna 1, 2. Wait, how
3,
How far can we move?
6,
6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6 would be one of these two.
Yeah, I'll go this one. Actually, I probably want to go this one so I can. Oh, that's glitchy, but that's fine. I go this one so I can see this doorway specifically is what I want to see.
Yep. Well, it's because the hallway is really only one person wide. So if you like alt, you can put yourself between the two. It's just hexes work funny. Either way.
Okay, then I'll go here. This works.
Yep. Either way, it works out. So either way, the that is after you is the one that I just came online. Then it goes to this guy right here is now fully online, Ano, and this is the turret that's here. But again, it doesn't get to act this turn because it's a surprise round. But this one is now online. Now it goes to actual Valavius' turn. Valavius, the door never opened up for you. You're not able to get through. And unfortunately, you are noticing immediately that as soon as they shot those things and the whole alert went online, you can see that there's a countdown for when the security features in this room go completely online. It goes system-wide alert, 10, 9,
Oh
8.
shit!
And you're like, system-wide alert. It gets to 7. You're like, oh shit, I gotta get out. And you gotta go this way. So
Couldn't I?
You can
hack through
dash
the
for
door?
12. It's not open. It was never unlocked.
Yeah, but can't I hack it?
You can try to do so, but it's going to be much harder now with the fact that now the whole system's on high alert, and that's putting yourself deeper in the hole when now that you're known, very likely you're known.
Hmm. So that means question. If I got into the mainframe, would I be able to call it off? Like basically disregard or
That is a good question. You don't know that answer because you don't know Geth protocols.
and from where did you, because I rolled that engineering at the very start, from where could I do that, like overcharging of the reactors? Also from the mainframe?
Yep, it would have been the mainframe, but you also could have done it from this terminal over here or here. Sorry, here is the reactor one. So the one where Brutus currently is, or the one where your drone currently is. But unfortunately, you're not in either of those areas, and that's something your drone is not very skilled. It probably won't succeed in. Yeah.
Just as a note, Jake, the burst fire uses 3 heat instead of just 1. So just so you know, it's gone down 3 ammo.
Thank you, Tesh. You attack 4 targets for only 3. It's a buy 3 get 1 free.
It's also just nice to be able to hit 2 with 1 attack.
Or 4. Go ahead, Anno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can move 12 as a dash.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. 12 hexes is all the way down.
Question is, because I would be dashing, am I even able to open the door?
Good question. You can move down to here. You'll be able to move down to here. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You can have the drone open the door for you if need be. That's not a big deal. Because it's not doing anything difficult. Because the security is it's not supposed to lock you in here. You're supposed to have time to get out.
And do I know the security? What the security is? If it's just on the map, the laser grids or whatever.
Yeah, you have no idea. You didn't have time to figure that out.
Okay. Well, I could. And last question. Even if I would get into the mainframe, how much time would I need in there?
This is what we were talking about beforehand. A couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Like you guys are on the cusp. You're on the precipice of success.
Yeah.
But because that one roll, that Eric's roll, it took the last 2 good dice.
Listen, Scott, I would have rolled the 1 afterwards, so it doesn't even matter. So go fuck yourself.
About how long would it take for the ship to get to where we are? Estimate. We wouldn't know exactly.
Pretty quick. Pretty quick. We're talking like maybe 2 minutes or so. Like once that ship, if that ship rips out of there, and mind you, you've been in here for after you did your little break or whatever. She said it's gonna take so many minutes to get itself prepped up. Like it would be able to move pretty quickly, but you're also gonna be running towards it. So.
Yeah, what I was just trying to think about whether he would have time just based on that, but I don't think that's enough time.
Okay.
I mean, look, I will say one thing. As we're retreating, I guess, just make sure you get the, pick up the data from that machine if you can, because it was gathering it this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Anno, yeah, you can definitely get out because you can interact with one object as a free action. So, once it's started as a free action. So if you ran down here, you're 12.
I just slam the console as you run by.
Yeah, well, that would get you to what here, and then on your next turn you'd be able to easily grab the Yeah, there you go. You'd be able to run down to here. And your next turn you'd be able to grab the thing on your turn.
Unfortunate, but it is the way it is.
We're lucky we got as much information as we did. I think this is going well. We're just gonna get the fuck out of Dodge now.
I'm gonna do that. Unfortunately, and maybe I can still do shenanigans from that console.
Yeah, it was an uphill battle. We made it so much further than I expected to make
The
it
issue was
undetected.
like rolling those with those plus zeros, but it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't much we could
Yeah.
do then. There, it's like it's this system is designed to make it hard for people who aren't trained for it to do it. So
Yeah. Now, are you retreating? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then you
I don't want
you
to be pulverized or whatever the
You get through the
security-
door?
whole way just goes.
yeah. Quarians aren't that gross. They just hit you with a bunch of bacteria. It just starts shitting on you. So so anyways, the you get out there, like I said, it's like once it says like, 10, 9, you're like, what the 7? You're like, oh, and you just start running out. So you like run out the doors, and as soon as like it gets you get out the door, and like a second after you get out the door, one and then the thing locks shut, and you're like, whew, got out. That's good news. So
I know what the security system is. They're gonna like the Geth are gonna start cyberbullying me. Anyway.
This one is fully alert and online, and that brings us back to the top of initiative. Now, Otto, your character's distracted, so roll me a disadvantage perception check real quick.
Okay. Perception.
That
Oh.
knock off the wall. That
Yeah.
was mean.
Wait.
It accepted the
nice.
3. It accepted the 3.
and then the other
and
one
then it
knocked into
knocked
a
it.
19.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was confused. Why did it say 19 and then it showed up?
Because the
Yeah.
dice
It did
stopped
have-
moving at 3, but the animation had it get knocked afterwards.
Yeah. I call BS.
That's mean. That is.
Yeah, well, I don't see it.
Okay, so this is going to be sorry, I just have to set this up. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take cover there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you did not give them a heads up because of you were able to see the feed from your drone. But what ends up happening is there is apparently a Geth trooper that happens to be here.
Oh, shit.
That was inside of this this room down here.
Hey, remember when I said, should we clear this room?
That was inside of this room down here. I had it on the GM layer, so you didn't see that it actually had the top initiative earlier. It came online last turn. This turn it had its free interaction to open the first door, which is now currently open. Had its free interaction to open the first door, started walking up, had to use its action to open the second door, which it did. So that door is open behind it as well, to open the second door, and then use the rest of its movement to kind of like take cover at that wall that's right there. So there is a Geth trooper that's there, kind of like, stand there, pressed up, and like leaning somewhat against the wall, giving it a small amount of cover. But otherwise, yeah, a Geth trooper happened to have come out as well. That's not good news. Like I said,
buddy.
full security alert now. That was the first person. The next person to go is, what's your dexterity? You said it's a 16, Jake?
Yeah.
So this one goes, what's your dexterity, Tesh?
14.
Okay, so it comes after you guys. So he goes there in initiative. All right, that is going to be your turn, Brutus.
All right, activate my shields. 'cause
Oh, last turn you had a
not
move
anything.
action. You could have moved backwards as well. I don't know if you would have. Even if you were like just coming to here.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna activate my shields, and what my plan was more or less was to run here, which is I would have taken cover anyway because that's what makes sense, right? When you're
Yep,
retreating.
you could have done that last
Yeah,
turn.
there you
You
go.
did 2 actions and still could have moved back into cover. So actually, you'd already be there starting this turn. You just, again, you're new to 5e.
Yeah. So what do I have? I just have a move action now.
No. Last turn, last
Yeah,
initiative.
yeah,
You pressed
so he's
buttons,
saying on
you
this
shot,
turn-
and you moved.
He's saying on
now
this
it's your
turn he
new
has a
turn.
move action. Yeah, on this turn he has a move action and a bonus action.
Do I see this thing?
Do you see that creature? I don't know. Can you physically see it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, but do you see it through Silas's eyes? Ooh, give me a second. I have to confirm that. Is it L?
mean,
Roll
I
me a
can-
perception check.
I can see their perspective if it helps.
Yeah, I have to see just Brutus's perspective. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Yep,
Oh,
you see it.
nice.
It has cover again,
Well,
but you see it.
I have cover too, right? That's what I wanted
Yep.
to do. Take cover.
You have cover
that's
to
all.
each other. Yep, and Sias is right between the two of you, so you'd be lighting him up if you try to take a shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
not
just
good.
thinking.
Less good.
Can you hold or like prepare an
You-
action
you-
in this?
So just so you know, you used your action to start the shield.
Oh, then I'm just gonna take cover.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool. You don't want to, so you just use your actions to start up the shields and you don't do anything
Yeah.
else? Cool.
Nope.
Awesome.
I
At
have the
the-
nice benefit that even though I don't have shields, I don't need them for 10 health because the tech armor goes above shields.
Yep. And Jake, your shields are currently at 0 at the start of your next turn. They will be at the 5, which is fine because you
Yeah,
don't
so
expect to get
can
shot
I,
between
can
now
I
and
like
then.
get behind like covered like that they can't see me?
Bro,
I mean,
you're
like-
safe. You're safe.
Okay,
You're not
good.
primary
Yeah.
target. Yeah. There's a tesh between you and bad guy. So you're good.
I'm also
All
he CS is looking very gung ho, is what I'll give you the hint to what he's looking like right now. He's
Yeah.
excited about a
Brutus
a
has seen that
Geth
expression
trooper.
before, right before people have just been like absolutely destroyed.
Probably
So
100%.
he's like,
He'll buy you
he's
6
like, "Ah,
seconds.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Saya starts
Okay.
running down the hallway with a shotgun going,
What's great is this is literally like this is what Sias has dealt with his entire life of people underestimating like it does. Sias is so much more tanky than you expect him to be. He's got the barrier, tech armor, high AC.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not underestimating you. It's just you know, how many times Brutus has seen more or less this exact same scenario.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Sias, it's your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I assume that means I don't have that's not cover there. He's in the open.
I assume you're going to take a shot as you're running past him. You're not just going to
Yes,
walk away and then
essentially,
shoot him. Oh, okay. So like you run up, you take the shot while you're in this hex right here, and then you use that distraction to keep
Exactly,
moving over.
yeah.
All right, cool. And he has a ranged weapon out, but I'm going to be able to take a reaction as you move out of my threatened area. So you
Well,
first.
actually, that's a good point. Maybe not. Maybe I'll stop here.
No.
You
You're not new to 5e. You're not new to 5e.
Let me explain why. I forget that because I don't have to be within range for my gun, but other guns do. So if he's got a ranged weapon out, me being point blank is better for me. So
I
I would
understand.
actually stop there. So I'm going to make sure normal. Bloop. I assume that doesn't hit.
Let me grab his AC. Do you want to luck that or are you good?
I'm not gonna luck that because I'm pretty sure they have a better AC than that. Plus, I have a thing I want to do this turn that will make him easy to hit for you anyway.
Okay, then no, that does not hit.
Yep. I'm going to use my Master Tactician bonus action. So what you get on your HUD is like a quick light up of the Geth. He's lit up on your HUD. Even Valavius, you can see the outline of the Geth like on your HUD where he is through the walls, and like weak points are pointed out on it.
So afterwards, you can use. Oh yeah, that's right. So your bonus action, you're providing help to aid another to him. Cool.
Yes. Normally, I can also do it at range. I just happen to be point blank at this point.
Yep. I imagine you're doing this for Brutus, and actually, you don't have to make that decision. You do have to
don't
make
have
the
to make the
decision. It's on your turn.
Do I?
You do because it's your turn. Bonus actions are on your turn. So is it for Brutus or for Valavius? I imagine Brutus.
Brutus. Yeah. I've been
Okay,
doing
cool.
it for Brutus.
Cool.
I
All right,
imagine it's still like lit up so that Valavius can see what's happening, but he wouldn't get the detailed like where the weak points are, sort of thing.
This is when this one finally comes online. This was the only one that wasn't online yet, so it just comes online. That's its whole turn. After that is going to be this other turret right here. This one's now able to start moving. I'm saying turret, but it's really the repair one, if you will. Sorry, just accustomed to saying the other one. This is the maintenance drone though. This has a speed of 6, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easily moves up to your recon drone and is going to make an attack against the recon drone with its basic
Isn't that invisible?
the recon drone. As soon as it uses electronic skill or anything like that, it stops being invisible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops, shit. So this is going to be a /R 1d20 plus 2 against your recon drone. Make sure you have your stats up, Ano. A 20 is definitely going to hit it. And let me go ahead and do my damage to your recon drone. It's going to be a /R.
Did they roll to even see it?
Again,
when it interacts, it uncloaks.
Yeah, it's no longer cloaked. It takes a whopping 4 points of damage.
Oh wait, then when the recon makes a melee or range attack or use attack power or combat power, tactical cloak ends. It doesn't. Neither of that.
Technically speaking, it was using its skill. Yeah. All right. Cool.
And also, if I may, on my turn, it could have just cloaked again because it has 3 users.
I'm fine with you saying that. Oh fuck. It uses skill, so it doesn't apply. That's fine.
Yeah, so that's why I was confused.
Okay,
So
cool.
they would have to roll to see it, I guess.
So instead of attacking, it would have. That's a single move, and then it would because it's coming down and ensuring that the area that the facility is clear. So that's going to be the drone's first thing, and then the next thing it's going to do, because it's its job to make sure that the facility is running correctly. Literally, the next thing it does is it goes over here to interact with the terminal. But now your thing is going to have to go ahead and roll a stealth check versus my perception, because it's going to be like, ooh, like back away from the terminal as this other one moves up.
It's that thing where like the person who stealth has to like sidestep someone walking through their spot.
Is it with advantage?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Nice.
Fail. Okay, doesn't know that it's there, but it's now interacting with the terminal as you kind of like step away from it. It moves up to it. Cool. All right, that is
passive was 9.
what? I know nothing about this thing that you were talking about. Nothing. All right.
The passive perception was 9. Oh well.
After that is going to be the other Geth trooper that was behind that door over there that was in sleep mode. So that comes online 5, 10, 15, and will absolutely yeah. So it is going to take its shot at you.
Cool.
Okay. No, it is it has 2 squares between it and what's his name. All right, here we go. I'm going to make my attack against you, sir, with my Geth pulse rifle. This is the one with the lower initiative. Yeah,
I meant not because he's in close range, because there's a mate in front of him.
So as a reminder, what I've always allowed people to do with ranged weapons is if somebody's immediately in front of you, not 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, immediately in front of you, they can easily just move a little bit to the side. Because the 5-foot square or hex, obviously they would just not take up the spot because you're right there, you know? But if you're further back, then trajectory and whatnot can cause much more issues. And that's say goose and gander in this one. All right, make my attack roll against you. So you ready?
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't auto do damage, but I think it does with NPC
Only
sheets because
burst
they suck.
fire. Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, gotcha.
That
No,
misses.
okay, cool. An 11 is going to miss. I don't know if I have any daddy's dice, and I don't know what your AC is. If I had to guess your AC, it's probably close to a 16, so I'm not going to do it. But Geth do get to make 2 attacks, so I am going to go ahead and attack a second time. And I am comfortable with the 21.
Are you sure about that though?
7
okay,
points
so-
of radiant damage.
So first things first, that pips my barrier. So that's reduced by 5 damage. So that's 2 damage.
Cool. So you take 2 damage, and that is that Geth trooper's turn. And then
So
this
that's
goes to
what they see is literally before the shot in front of the tech armor, it like impacts like just blue ripples appear in the air in front of the tech armor as the bullets are like deflected away, almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one
exactly green. So it's like, well, they know now.
Okay. That one is moving. Now it's Valavius' turn. Valavius, I imagine no matter what else you do, you move one hex here. You grab that thing out of the terminal, throw it inside your whatever amount of download is done. You don't care. Doesn't matter if it's 100%, 50%. You don't care if you corrupted some of the files. You grab it, you rip it out, you throw the USB drive into your armor, so it's safe. You still have the rest of your movement. You've moved 1 out of your 6 hexes. So you have 5 left, and you still have your action and bonus action.
Yes. I'm checking. So I'm at the console right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 5 feet of a movement. Wait, 5 feet. Yeah, not 5 feet. 5 meters. I don't think I can get a visual on them, right?
Unfortunately, it's not a very good spot for getting a visual now.
This spot you might be able to.
Nah, doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What can I do
yeah.
for this console?
Good question. So that console is mostly for the scientist stuff, right? Like the surveying, the details and whatnot that you were originally trying to hoping to get your hands on before you delve too deep into the hole, right? So this console is not going to be able to do much by way of protection. If you had to guess, an additional thing you might be able to do from this console, this is going to be a high DC, is if any of the drones were trying to come through this door, anything else trying to come through this door, because you saw one heading that way through your drone, that would stop them from being able to come here. They would have to backtrack and go through the service tunnels instead. So that is what you'd be able to do, but it's a higher DC to try to like use this to override the security.
Oh, I have a really good idea.
It's
I have a fun idea for the next round. Sorry, continue.
Okay, it was.
And we're about to end the session too, so we'll try to get to your next round, Sias.
No.
I will try to buy us more time.
This would be a hacking roll.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna get my wife after the session's over. She'll be on a call with a client. I start shooting her. She's screaming. And she's like, "Motherfucker, I'm on a call with a client."
There you go.
I'm like, they probably live in Texas. They're used to it.
Right.
Whoop.
Nope.
Instead, what ends up happening is your entire terminal will shut down.
Yeah, well. Was boring anyway.
Do you know what the do you know what the
Great reference. I approve.
do you know what the Geth symbol looks like? Like the Geth icon or whatever? It's like the whole thing goes and then just the it's like the Geth icon doing that like 3D kind of spin. You know what I mean?
You get the
Like spinning on the
creepy
y-axis.
Like,
Guess.
you're like,
Yeah. You're like, oh no, maybe I even just alerted like things beyond this facility.
Oh, so it's
fuck.
it's a 3-sided swastika. All right.
Moving on. Why don't you
I mean, look at it.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I'm literally like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Let me.
You have 5 more hexes to move. Do you move your character at all, Anno? And while you're making that decision, I'll let you
now
do
I
that. You have
can't
5 you
see
can
that.
move.
Why have you done this? I would never have thought of that, but now I can't unsee it.
Anno wasn't breastfed as a kid. That's why. You know.
What?
Okay. Cool. That is
I
that.
thought of this last round because it's a really cool idea.
Now it says Geth Trooper's turn, sir.
Yep.
The Geth Trooper is directly in front of you. He's going to attack at you. He is going to It's the less effective one, but you're directly in melee range, and you didn't shoot it either, which is hilarious. But it's going to hit you with this one. It only gets one attack with this. Yeah. Ooh. 18's pretty solid. I don't know if it actually hits you, so I'm just going to confirm it with this. Oh, no! I thought I had at least one. Nobody loves me. V-Sword, where have you been?
I'm sad that I didn't get to waste a Daddy's Dice on you because that hits.
At least I hit you.
Okay. Get rid of the barrier tick.
Ooh, I rolled max. Sexy.
Oof. That's much worse. That's 5. Okay, so.
Is your health point being reduced on your character sheet?
So I have Tech Armor, which is temporary health. So
okay, gotcha.
I'm getting rid of that. So yeah, it's not showing that because you have the shields on. Maybe I can put it in this bar. Let me
do you have temp HP or?
Yeah.
What is that? 10 max?
I'm literally putting it in temporary hit points.
Okay, so I think I have it now. I think you have 10 max when you do that, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, cool. I have it set up for you. Sorry, I didn't have it set up before. I can fix it for the future.
That's okay.
All right. After that one does its like it more or less it takes its the one of them kind of like this one as you did the shotgun blast out, it's like boom. You know, it hits you with the rifle itself. After that's gonna be Brutus's turn. Brutus, he gave you the aid another action, which means when you make your attack, you have advantage. We're gonna let you and Sias go again. And then we're going to call the session there, and we'll come back next time.
My turn will be quick, so that's good.
Yeah. All right. So Brutus, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use this.
Bonus action. Inject yourself a stim pack for. Ooh. Oh my God. You know what I forgot? I am so sorry. Tesh, take 1 less point of damage, and does a 17 hit you?
17 does. Yeah.
Okay. There was a penance of the arbiter that was used earlier. I'm seeing it now. 18 minutes ago.
Damage for both?
So it's 1 less damage. It would have been, I think, after the first round of combat because each round is taking friggin' ages. So you would take 1 less damage overall. And I have not taken damage where I have to worry about taking any more damage. So
I took 2 attacks.
Yeah. But this would have been after.
Okay, cool.
It was before any combat rolls. Okay, nope, it was before any combat rolls. So to take 2 less damage.
5.
Norway's the one that did it, and Norway wouldn't lie about that. So. All right, cool. So you take 2 less damage. Awesome.
Right, so I have advantage on this attack roll.
You have a +1 chance to hit from what you got. I just never set up the ping for this on this campaign, so I have to set it up. But so you have advantage on the attack roll, +1 on the attack roll from penance, and you have the 1d4 from stimulant pack. So
yeah, we can add the +1 on, right? Because there's no.
Yeah. We'll do a post. We'll do a post for now. Well, do you move up first, sir? I imagine. Like, do you want to stay way back there? You're fine if you do. Sias is not in your line of shot.
To be honest, yeah, because it's strategic.
Oh, your range is 20. Oh, your range is 20. You're good. You're good. Yeah. You're good. I imagine maybe you just like take cover on this one or whatever.
I mean, it would mean though that you take more time walking towards us afterwards.
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
That's a 19 chance to hit. Absolutely hits.
19? Oh yeah.
8 piercing damage.
Yeah, and my shields will come back up now because I
yes. So you're at the 5, correct? So you take a shot with it, or however it goes, and it takes the 8 points of piercing damage. So it's just 8 though, no more than that. And don't get me wrong, it takes the hit. That's like not a small amount, but whereas 8 points of damage, like you're like that kind of a shot would absolutely wound a person that you're shooting at. These things are much more durable than people, but a couple of details you're able to get from this. First and foremost, these troopers do not have shields. So you're just hitting straight up against their body. But their bodies are incredibly durable. So you do the full 8 points of damage, but you're like, oh boy, these things are tough. Oh shit.
So I'm gonna have a little fun here. Oh, are you done with your turn?
It is. Yep. That was his action, his bonus action, and he didn't move.
So all while you were doing that, Seus picked up his Omni tool and was doing something on his Omni tool, and you see the grid around them. So actually, this area, lights up with the pin down tack.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing something else. Okay.
No, pin down. Well, I'm going to do more. This is my bonus action. So when a hostile creature attempts to move out, or actually, if it's out of the zone, then I'd make the edge of it there. So they have to stay in it there.
Yep.
When they have to attempt to move out of it, two of us get to attack it when it tries to leave. And if both of us hit, movement becomes 0. That's the first thing. That's the first thing, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck down an Inferno grenade.
I imagine as you're moving away.
No, I can chuck it so it's in this area. Yeah.
No, because you want to entice them to follow you.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. So I might take an attack of opportunity, but I'll step back and throw the Inferno grenade down. So I can't actually do that. It's only from here down. The 4 meters square is here. So the edge of it's here essentially.
So
both of my recon zone and of the Inferno.
I assume you want to go further back for the sake of enticing them to follow you, though, right?
I need to be able to see them to attack them when they try to move.
You can still move back to be able to see them like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have a katana.
That's within range. It's just disadvantage range, but it's still range.
No, this is the spot we don't want them to move from, Scott.
Oh, I understand.
Here, if he tries to move. So I would want to move back to here, just so I can try and...
Makes sense. I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my rifle butt against you. That's a miss. I don't hit you. I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2 dexterity saves. The first one's for the one that was already shot in front, and the other one's going to be for the other guy. Here's my 2 dexterity saves. They're rolled with normal. DC, I think you said, is 11. Well, that's a fail. And that's a success. So how much damage if you fail?
2d4. Let me ping it.
And half as much on a success. Oh, that's... Okay. -4.
Oh, am I doing it for each, or?
Oh, that's fine. I would guess they both take 4. So
yeah,
that works.
That's fine. And the biggest thing is, though, that the one, they're going to be taking damage every time they're in there, and 2, we can stop them from leaving, which is cool.
Yep. So obviously they're going to want to move out of being on fire. So,
yes.
All right, cool. So I do have to get to work. So just to blast through these ones really quickly, we're going to have this guy has the speed. It is immediately going to go over to also handle the system. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's a double move down to here. It feels like it was... Oh, no, that wasn't correct. Yeah, it's able to get all the way over to the terminal to start interacting with the terminal to do what it needs to do for its job. Turret after that is going to be the one that's actively working on the system. So this one that's next to your recon drone, but your recon drone can't really do much, I don't think. It's just actively working on the system to make sure that the entire reactor area is stabilized, make sure everything's good to go. Immediately after that is going to be the Geth Trooper. That's the one that's behind. So, of course, Tesh, it is going to move up through its allies square, and it's going to move up to here. So this is where you guys get your attack of opportunity.
To leave this point
yep.
is when
you guys,
when it happens. So
you guys make your attack of opportunity.
And Jake, we get to attack it with our guns.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm gonna luck that just because if we can stop him from leaving, it'd be good. Luck. Oh no! Hopefully 14's enough.
So that's not a 14; it's a 15 because of Penance of the Arbiter. Yeah. And
that's right. Yeah.
And Jake, you rolling yours. Don't forget you have you don't have advantage on this much roll. You no. Oh wait, no,
look.
because it's the It's the other guy you're fighting.
They both
took damage.
mine damage, right?
Oh, then yes, you do have
That is
advantage.
sick.
Yes.
Oh, this combination is even better than I thought with you.
Oh my God. Both of you boys roll your damage.
Oh shit, and he stays in too. Oh,
Is
yes.
This is
just
the less
doubled?
injured one. Oh my God, minus 11 more.
Is it doubled in 5e?
Yeah,
It doubled the dice.
the
roll
dice, not the modifier. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Oh, no.
You rolled 2 dice instead of
Oh
1
fuck!
dice.
So
Three.
unfortunately, I have those minis are linked together to the same character sheet by accident. So I've double hurt everybody, so the health point is wrong. I have to end the session because it's already about 10 past 11, so
Okay.
I have to get going. But I'll have to fix their health points for next time to make sure that the one on the right is more injured and the one on the left was the first one injured who only took 8 so far. But our 8 plus 4 is 12 so far, and the other one I have to figure out what it is. But awesome. Thank you guys very much for coming by and hanging out. This was a lot of fun. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I'm glad you chose to come in here because when we were talking about tutorial combat, I was like, well, this is tutorial combat, right?
Yeah.
It's a great.
I'm glad.
And
It's why I wasn't too fussed when combat started. I was like, oh well, we made it really well so far.
I would have liked to skip the tutorial.
yeah, well, we noticed. That's why you're
I'm
over
not-
there
I'm-
picking your nose.
Not gonna lie though, I was gonna leave. If one of you agreed with me, we would have just left.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
then-
was like, I knew that the work had been done. And one other thing is when my computer like shit itself before, when I loaded it back up, all the dynamic lighting came on, so I seen where everything was, and I was like, great. So I was like, Tess, you take the lead, and then I just followed.
That's hilarious because it glitched.
That's amazing.
That motherfucking roll 20. By the way, this is the item that you guys got, just so there's no question marks for next time, so we know what it is. It was a rare
That's
armor
amazing.
mod. So whoever chooses to put it on their armor, it takes up the chest placement of your armor. It increases your overall shield capacity by 10. So even though your shields only recharge 5 at a time, the maximum goes up to 15. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will have Lost Initiative tonight at 8 p.m. EST. Bye. I got to find somebody to raid.